I just realized what you mean. I cannot fucking believe the balls of this fucking degenerate to actually still. I cannot fucking believe it. This guy is actually rehashing this shit and trying to argue his innocence. Dude. I don't know how, because this fucking shit actually gets under my fucking skin. Like nothing else. Nothing else in the fucking world gets under my skin. I meant it when I said it during that one stream. I don't know if anybody was there for that, but the Zeusatus leaks of 2017 is genuinely one of the worst fucking things I've ever heard of in my entire fucking life. There has never been anything on the internet that came as close as to the fucking depravity of that. And Kero the Wolf is trying to act like he wasn't associated with those people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch a bunch of old videos. I'm debating on whether or not to do PNG tuber or no. I'll do this. I'll do this, dude. Fuck it. This fucking shit brings back actual bad memories. Like, I'm not even joking. So we're gonna watch the first thing that came to my mind that I think showed that it is a good jumping off point, right? Because there's really no other good jumping off point when it comes to this fucking shit. There's no, it's all bad. It's all bad. But we'll start with Mr. Mediker's video covering the fucking shit, covering Kero, because Kero gets mentioned a lot. He's the reason why the whole fucking thing blew up in the first place, because he was a massive furry content creator at the time. Hold on, give me 1 second. I want to change my fucking outfit, dude. There we go. Oh, God. All right. So we're going to start with this. This one. All right. I mean, so the background I could give for this is that what happened on Twitter around this time of 2017 was there was an account called something Zoo Expose or whatever the fuck, right? I forgot exactly what the account was called. But this account releases just a dump of logs of people talking to each other, right? And I think that was the initial leak was that on the surface web, like you could see the conversations these people were having. One of these peoples was Kero the fucking Wolf, and that caused a huge explosion in the drama because Kero was a popular content creator at the time. Later on after that, videos were getting leaked of what was being shared in the chat room of those people. Dude, it's fucking nightmares fucking shit. Like this it's not good.
Okay, why do you drink?
And then just to be clear too, this came out before I was a furry and shit like that. This shit made me really, really fucking hate furries. Like, it's just, it's bad, dude. Is your nose fucked up? Yeah, it is. Allergies.
I drink the dono.
Give the man a drink. Can you really blame him for being a near alcoholic at this point? I would be too if I were a part of the furry fandom.
Yeah.
Poor Kage there has spent years going around to different conventions and gatherings. And
oh, by the way, I saw Uncle Kage at a furry con one time. He's really wholesome and shit. He's like one of the most normal fucking people of the entire fandom.
promoting the exact same message. Don't embarrass the fandom. In fact, that clip is from a video called Furries Ruin Everything. And his message is pretty succinct. It's pretty clear and to the point. Don't make an ass of yourself. Don't walk around in fetish gear.
Yeah.
Don't do weird shit in hotel lobbies. Stay the fuck away from the mainstream media. They will make you look retarded. Well, if his liver wasn't dead before, it sure as shit is going to be today after we do our deep dive. Let me introduce you to somebody that goes by the name Kero the Wolf. He's got a sizable YouTube channel. I mean, look at those metrics. Over 100,000 subscribers. He's got a decent-sized following on Twitter.
Dude. The fact that this guy fucked corpses of animals, self-admitted in the chat rooms to have doing that, sent a video of him raping his dog repeatedly. And he's the least worst of that whole fucking group. Of that whole group that he was a part of, the least worst. He was the least worst. That's how bad it is.
And why wouldn't people want to follow him?
Like, by far. Kero the Wolf looks like... What Kero the Wolf did is, like, loitering compared to what the other people did. It is fucking horrific. And I cannot fucking believe this guy, like... was mucking or just happily mucking along with these people. It takes a certain kind of twisted individual to be fucking around with people like that.
I mean, look at that bio. A wildlife advocate. Kero loves the animals. He really deeply, truly loves the animals. You're going to see how much Kero loves those fucking puppers.
Hi, I'm Kero. And I'm not your average YouTuber. Here, I do things a little bit different. Take a look.
Oh, he definitely does things differently. I can confirm that. He does it differently than pretty much anybody on the face of the earth, anybody with a moral fucking compass. Now, Kero found himself in a bit of a controversy when leaks began to happen about 3 to 4 days back. Logs were dumped on Twitter and other social media platforms surrounding him and a group of friends that were involved in a chat with one another talking about particular interests.
Yeah.
A very niche kind of particular interest, things they shared in common.
Dude, and the thing that really pissed me off so fucking badly, like, I just, the verbiage is not with me today, because it's just, there are no words, but it's just like, so many, it annoyed the fuck out of me when this guy got exposed for being in this fucking chat room, and it was like undeniably Kero. It was not an impersonator. It was undeniably him in those fucking chat rooms. Kero would later admit to being in those chat rooms in a fucking interview. But so many people's initial reaction was to defend him. Like, just blindly sweep for him. And it's like, dude, when you're being accused of something like this, dude, your immediate thought should not be to defend him. Your immediate, if anything, you should be like, okay, what's the evidence? That should be your immediate thought. Holy shit.
Content warning. Zoophilia, animal abuse, pedophilia. Kero the Wolf is part of a circle of furries who participate in not only zoophilia, but also necrophilia, animal torture, and discussion of pedophilia. Here's the evidence. There are many, but I'll focus on him. This content was compiled by the now defunct Pseudonym.
That's what
I'll get more into this later. A few things before I start posting. I don't know who any of these individuals are. These screen caps date back literal years. I don't know who Pseudonym is. Now, Mordecai is referring to the user that initially dumped this stuff onto the internet. This account has been deleted, and you're looking at screen caps from the archive of it. But when the
Pseudonym is a disgusting freak as well. Like the whole, and I think I've said this before too. The whole reason this fucking shit got leaked was because other zoophiles got upset that people were raping puppies to death. They'll rape dogs, but hold on, killing them? Well, that's too far, dude. And that's why this whole shit got fucking leaked. So Pseudonym is not innocent by any fucking means either.
Initially dumped the logs. Essentially, they said that they wanted to get the.
And I don't know if we know who Zudanim is. I mean, it's suspected to be one of the guys of Zura the Now. It's suspected to be one of them. Fuck. I think his name is Douglas Sphinct. Douglas Fink or whatever the fuck. Like he's thank God cancer fucking took him. Douglas Fink is fucking dead. But rest in piss. But I think it might be him because he heavily defended this shit as soon as it fucking came out. It's like, well, it sounded like you were privy to a lot of these things. A lot of the behind the scenes stuff. I suspect it was him.
Information out there. Now, one of the counterclaims that has been
But it's
raised
not for
to them
sure. It's
bringing
not
this
for sure.
information public is that it surrounds their jealousy over the person we're talking about. That they're upset that they got an interview with a bigger YouTuber. But one thing to take into
Wait, hold on. Hold on. I never actually read these. I'm sorry if people hate me for this, but I feel betrayed. But I don't care. Half of these people talked to me and used my chat to meet others. Fuck you. And if the okay, so it wasn't even virtuous. It wasn't even virtuous. They weren't even a virtuous zoophile. They were just straight up like jealous. Oh god, these people are terrible. These people are fucking terrible. If the community took out its own trash, you wouldn't have to do this shit happen, so good on you. The bottom line is there is way too many of you covering your friends who are sharing and participating, let alone fucking creating content such as this. This is not acceptable. This is coming from a zoophile, by the way. You want to be accepted by society, grow up. Okay. Note, this is not a call for a witch hunt. Is that spelled right? No, yeah, it is. Dyslexia. On these people. I do not want people. I don't. Dude, this is so crazy. This is so crazy. Listen to this. This is not a call for a witch hunt. I do not want these people doxxed or whatever because of this. They raped puppies to death. What's up with the title? Did the dog fucker come back? Yep. They raped puppies. And they talked about sexually exploiting children in real life. You don't want these people doxxed? You don't want a witch hunt? If there is literally anybody in the fucking world to witch hunt, it's these people. What?
Count when we look at all this crazy shit we're about to look at is the fact that this guy didn't just talk.
Hold on, let me read the rest of this. People need to know. People need to know. Good people who care about their animals need to. You rape your fucking animals. You don't give a shit. So I'm doing it. Some of these people were my friends. Oh, you couldn't catch Homelander getting that out of me, dude. Holy shit, dude. Just this is what I mean. This person fucking sucks too. I burnt relationships I had with others for years for this. But you know what? When I find out my friends fucked a puppy to the point of splitting it open and then left it for dead, that is not a fucking friend. Wow. I said this would happen. Dude, it's bad. It's really fucking bad, dude. To those of you who covered for these folks, know that it eventually come around one way or another. When these people are arrested. Oh, by the way, when people were trying to figure out pseudonym, guess what he fucking did? A fucking legger. Completely abandoned the account. Wait, no, I think he straight up deleted it. He straight up deleted the account, abandoned it, and stuff like that. Try to cover his fucking tracks as much as possible. You'll be right there with him because guess what? Zoo is fucking illegal, and this is what Zoo is. Good, it should be.
About Kero, but talked about multiple other people that were in this group. You can see when you.
No, he rebranded. No. He's still on his main account. Kero the Wolf never created an alt. He's so fucking stupid. When he tried to come back before, he rebranded to a completely different name and a completely different Sona and stuff like that. But instead of creating a new YouTube channel, he just rebranded his old account so people easily and quickly found out this is fucking Kero the Wolf. And now he's back. Now he's rebranded back to Kero.
You look through their tweet archive, they bring up person after person. So it's not like it was a targeted thing at just one guy. They threw this allegation out against pretty much everybody. Let's take a step back, though. Let's go back to that initial pseudonym post. What was the impetus for this? What compelled him to come forward with this information on people that he knew? I think it was number 4. We should zoom in on number 4. That's a real cherry out of the entire tweet chain.
Goes
Some
make
of
her
these
again.
people-
Look. Yep. He still goes by fucking kero, and he lost all those fucking subscribers. He used to have 100K, but now he has 85K, which is still crazy.
Or my friends. I burnt relationships I had with others for years for this. But you know what? When I find out my friend fucked a puppy to the point of splitting it open and left it for dead, that's not a fucking friend.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
I think this is a good place to pause it for a second and let you go get a barf bag handy. Because we're going to be looking at some pretty fucked up shit, even by furry standards.
I don't even know if I could stomach it, dude. I honestly don't want to. Like, I've already familiarized myself with a lot of this fucking stuff when it was coming up because it just got me so fucking mad, dude. But he reads some of the chats, dude. I don't know if I could stomach it. I'll fucking try.
Pretty fucked up shit. That's a little appetizer. Now, as an aside to all this, Zero did put out a statement about his side of the story. And his side of the story was, I was super...
Did people forget already? Yeah, I forgot. He fucking tried to blame it on hackers. Iranian hackers. Did people forget already? Kero seems to think people forgot because he, in his video... So I don't know if you know, a documentary recently got released called Furry Detectives that literally rehashes these use status leaks of 2017, and Kero is one of the focus of the documentary. He was contacted for the documentary, and he made a hope post. He made a hope post like, I'm so excited to be a part of this project, dude. Look at this fucking shit. He was like, oh, I'm so excited to be a part of this project. 11 days ago, 2 years ago, right here. Excited for the AMC documentary on you. Same, was fun to be a part of it. I'm excited to see it. So he seems to think people don't remember, and he's dedicated the past few days to trying to debunk it, and we'll fucking watch that. But first, before we watch Kero's response, yeah, apparently Lazy was in the documentary. Before we watch Kero's response to the documentary, I want to show why this motherfucker is guilty beyond any reasonable doubt.
Hacked? Furries and drama. Before you guys go around believing these rumors about me, know the facts. My account was hacked. I would never...
Oh, my account was hacked.
Never do any of these things. These are faked conversations. All this is someone trying...
Was the video of you fucking your dog in your basement faked? Was that faked? How do you fake that?
Trying to get attention. They're called trolls. If you choose to believe it without thinking about it logically, then fine. Become that troll online who has that mob mentality. But please always look...
If there is anybody to have mob mentality. Dude, if there's anything to be dogmatic about, it's with this fucking shit. There is... You can't even jokingly defend this. You can't even jokingly defend this. Like, I'm all for jokes and stuff like that, but you can't even jokingly defend this fucking shit. It's like... It's it's the worst shit to ever exist on the fucking internet.
Look at both sides first. I didn't do this. It should be obvious that these logs are fake. They don't even talk like me. And he even went a step
They don't. They do. They do talk exactly like you. But anyways.
Further by logging into the servers to show that there was a different IP address, that it was coming from Iran.
Oh, guys, I'm scared. My Telegram was hacked. And I don't know what to do. What's happening? Wow, conveniently after the leaks. Huh. That's kind of crazy.
Based in the United States.
And then people click on it. I don't know if it's with this screenshot, but check this fucking shit out.
Now, I'm no tech expert. I can't tell you if this is a nefarious plan by a group of internet trolls to target Zero and a collective of furries.
Dude.
But some people did pick up on some key details
Yeah,
when he
what?
posted his screen cap showing that he had been hacked from Iran. Dude says he was hacked, shows Telegram sessions from Iran as evidence, only to post another screenshot with the Android VPN icon key in his status bar. Hey,
you cannot make this fucking shit up, dude. He is an actual fucking retard. And thank God for that. Thank God for that, dude.
Hey, so in the top right of the screenshot you provided, you literally still have VPN on, the key icon. So if you want to keep the I was hacked narrative, that's not recommended. Oopsie. Looks like somebody might have fucked up a little bit. I haven't heard an excuse this good.
Does he go over the interview? Please tell me he goes over the fucking interview. Or is that, I think, no, that's a follow-up video. That's a follow-up video. We need to find the follow-up video. Hold on real quick. Hold on, I'm going to do this. I'm going to find the follow-up video real quick. Fuck. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right.
Good, since a kid got a virus in Roblox.
Oh my god, Mom!
Yes, dude. dude, I love this. I love this fucking video so much.
I heard an excuse this good, since a kid got a virus in Roblox.
Oh my god, Mom! I had a computer virus, and I got scared that I had the virus, and when I was getting out of my chair, my pants were
My
slipping,
pants were
and I was
slipping.
pulling them up and getting back on the chair. I am serious! I'm serious! I had a virus!
After my accusations yesterday, a few individuals who I will not
So
name here
stupid,
asked
dude.
me where I sourced my claims from. After sharing a telegram that Pseudonym set up to leave evidence behind, we waded through it. Here are saved conversations Kero the Wolf had. Well, let's jump into these conversations and see what we can find. Sorry for not responding last night, I passed out. But yeah, I'm okay with necro stuff if it's not that bloody. But I'm totally against
Dude. Told you, it's bad.
killing for sex. I only do it with roadkill.
That boy ain't right.
How dare you, sir? How dare you slander me? I don't fuck animals to death. I fuck roadkill. When I see a man hit a deer, I get an erection. When somebody kills a possum with a pickup truck, I go put my penis inside the holes that emerge from the body. If you've ever hit a squirrel with a shovel, ring me up because it's love-making time. This is apparently from a conversation that Kero had with somebody by the name.
So he's a pedophilic, necrophilic zoophile. To be fair, I don't know if, no, okay. I was just going to say, I can't remember if he's a pedophile, but okay. Then he says that, so yeah, no, he is.
Name of Snake Thing. Oh, cub porn. Love, 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 love.
Dude. It's bad.
I always loved puppy butt. Same. I need some puppy
One of the
booty.
most hateful
Same.
videos I've
Let's
I
go
found it.
grab ourselves a real cup.
I found the follow-up video. All right.
And an animal. Let's make some rare shit. And that picture's been edited for your sanity. Ooh, that would be hot. Oh, and it would be. I'm okay with humping a 4-month-old.
I forgot he said that.
Same. Sorry, I'm a yiffy. Das okay. Me too. Snake Thing decided to send some animation clips to him, and Kero responded as well, but neither of those are showing up. You can thank your gods, whoever they may be, for granting you that small mercy.
Damn.
Oh, my dick could fit in there. Same. They all
But
need
guys, he was totally hacked, and this definitely did not happen, dude.
a dick. Ugh, yeah. Hugs. God, I love puppy breath, and their saliva is nice too.
Dude,
Same
it's-
here. Hugs. Fantastic. It is. I've played with 2 pups so far. Oh, story.
Dude, this is what I fucking mean, man.
Time.
I can't, I like to think I have a high tolerance for shit, but like this he's like bragging about raping puppies, like actual puppies. Like
OXD. They were just my dogs growing up.
they were just my dogs growing up, dude. Okay.
I only fingered their throats and put my pinky up their butts.
Definitely wasn't. No, I've seen the shock humor. Dude, I saw like someone with a high heel step on a fucking dick. Okay, with the pointy end. Okay, I saw a video. My friend showed me a video of like someone chopping a fucking donkey's head off with a sword. Okay, like I've seen horrible fucking shit before, dude. Okay, but this is just having it described. Thankfully I've never seen any of the fucking leaks and stuff like that, like the actual fucking videos themselves. But just hearing what's described and knowing that content actually exists is horrible. It's awful.
The God Emperor, our undying Lord, and by the grace of the Golden Throne, I declare exterminatus.
Daw.
Thank God.
Still sounds nice.
Warhammer
It
reference.
was. I love their mouths. Heart. Aw, yes. It's almost impossible to get good roadkill out here, too. Aw. I need fox booty and deer butt. I need anything. XD. Now, you may have noticed in the conversation that
Depraved
Zero
hero.
was having with other people that aside from just images that were being shared, GIFs and animation.
Dude, it's like you are just like one of my thoughts at the time, and I remember distinctly thinking this, is that you are so fucking lucky you live in polite society. Holy fucking shit. You're so fucking lucky.
Were as well. And in the info dump,
Fawn, is that
videos
you?
were included.
Fawn is a fucking saint compared to these fucking people, dude.
Well, there's no way in hell Google will ever let me show that shit on YouTube. Luckily for us, a brave soul on Twitter took it upon themselves to go watch all these videos and give a detailed description of exactly what each one included. Hey, just so y'all know, like, if you don't have the stomach to watch the videos of Kero doing shit to these innocent animals, I'm gonna give you an extremely triggering thread of what I saw. There's so much more than just, he's a zoophile.
Buckle up, buckaroo!
Video 1. Kero in a suit head. Forces a medium-sized dog to fillet several sex toys. Then the real thing. He anally penetrates the dog afterwards. The dog runs out of the video several times.
Dude.
And retracts and gags from the abuse.
Dude.
Video 2. A tied and muzzled German Shepherd is vaginally
It's
raped.
just so
Video
bad,
3.
man.
The corpse of a deer is used as a sex toy, while its blood is smeared on Kero's leg.
Okay, for this, I'm pretty sure was debunked, as in, like, it wasn't Kero, it was someone else, but because Kero had talked about fucking a deer, people thought it was him. It was not him, okay? It wasn't him in that fucking video. And Kero took that slight mistake that this person made and ran with it. It's like, see, it wasn't even me. It's disprovably not me, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, what about this, Kero? What about this? You literally are in your fucking fursuit, dude.
Video 4. A small dog is anally and orally raped. Video 5. A puppy is drugged and strapped to a log. It is
Dude.
anally and vaginally raped with the wide end of a baseball
Dude.
bat until blood is visible on the bat. The dog begins to visibly spasm. Update. More
Ever Slaneshi ritual? Yeah, dude.
videos have been found, including someone having sex with the decapitated head of a small puppy. Update 2. Not all of the suitors.
It's, dude. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm fucking talking about. This is the worst shit I've ever heard of in my entire fucking life.
In the videos are
And this is the surface. That's what's on the surface. We're not even talking about the guys, people like Tim Wynn on this fucking channel. Archive the Wolf. Archive the Wolf archived a bunch of these fucking things. This guy, Tim Wynn, he is the guy who he has terabytes of content like this. And he's filmed and produced videos. And he does it professionally. He's made it a fucking career. That's how much this guy fucking does it.
Kero. I was mistaken, but the deer video is confirmed.
Yeah, see, yeah, I was mistaken.
Kero. I won't link the videos as they're too disturbing, and frankly, I could go to jail for distributing content. I'm done watching videos like these. They've unnerved me greatly, but a report on the findings of others, I hope you can forgive me. Jesus fucking Christ, could it get any worse? Well, in fact, yes, it could. In January of 2017, Kero the Wolf had a dog that became ill with kidney failure and passed away. Here's a conversation he had indicating his
Totally hacked. By the way, just to be clear, totally hacked.
remorse for abusing his dying dog. Screenshots from tweets around that time correlate to this being a dog that did, in fact, exist.
Totally hacked. By the way, totally not him. Definitely not him.
Thank you. I left the group because it reminded me of stuff I did to him. Now that he's dying, I can't believe I did that to him. I can't be part of that group any longer. I love him so much, and when he needs me, I can't be there. I'm almost 2 states away. Wraps my arms around you. Try not to feel too beat up about what you did, what you've done. He still loves you in the end, and I'm sure he had a blast of a time with you. With some care, he could
These people need to be fucking beaten to death, like unironically.
survive until you see him again. I think, though it'd cost them, I think, but for closure for you, I think it'd be worth it.
Also, Snake Thing, thank fucking God. You know, a lot of people did end up getting away with a lot of the shit they did. Not Snake Thing. Snake Thing is still in prison to this day for what he fucking did in these chats.
It. Had a blast of a time with you.
And to be clear, and I think this might come up in Mediker's video, and if it doesn't, we're gonna watch Archives the Wolf's video, because I'm fairly certain it was mentioned in Archive the Wolf's videos on Kero. The only reason why Kero didn't get arrested was because of statute of limitations. Because the videos of him doing that stuff passed the statute of limitations. So they couldn't charge him. And they were late by like a year.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a heartwarming memory for the dog. I'm sure it looks back fondly on the memories of its owner fucking it. I'm sure that's something it greatly and fondly remembers. Being raped by its owner.
Literally running out of the fucking room, dude. Like the dog being described as running out of the room. It was trapped inside of that fucking house with those fucking monsters. And it couldn't go fucking anywhere.
What a charming fucking memory to hold on to as you're dying of kidney failure. You know, the time your owner stuck his pinky down your throat and shoved his thumb up your ass. Now, in regards to the Kero leaks, it's still very early days. People are still parsing through all the information that was just basically dumped upon them. Some are taking up for him, starting hashtags and doing videos in his defense. Other people are just outright attacking him and saying that he is completely guilty. Time is really going to be the only indicator that's going to validate one or the other, of which of these is actually real. But there is one thing to take away from all of this entire disgusting clusterfuck of what's going on right now. Those videos that those people have watched, the pictures that were shared back and forth, that shit really does exist.
Yeah.
Whether this was actually Kero and a group of people he associated with, or whether that was a group of trolls just fucking with people. That content was created by furries. There are fursuiters out there that are fucking puppies with baseball bats and decapitating them and fucking their heads. There are people out there banging the corpses of deers in the fucking woods. There are people that share erotica when it relates to molesting puppy dogs and screwing roadkill. There is an actual section of the furry fandom that is into that shit. I think people forget why it was the internet started to hate furries in the first place.
Yeah.
It was their constant need to insert themselves into other communities, to flood certain image boards and shit them up, to share their degenerate artwork, and to facilitate the creation of this kind of content.
I mean, that's basically it. And then he plays like a fucking song. It's like Yif and Hell Fur Fags, which is like... It's like death metal. I could barely understand it, but...
Some retard in a mascot uniform is banging woodland creatures and fucking them to death in a forest. That's what kind of drew the hatred in.
Yeah.
That's kind of what made people not like them in the first place. So how the fuck do you end a video like this?
And the message is so harsh because that's... And like I said, the people almost immediately was like trying to defend this shit. Like, not defend the actions, but just sweep. They were trying to sweep for him. They were trying to sweep for Kero because they liked him. Instead of, like, being objective. And it's like... The fact this fucker got away with it, too, man. It's just... So fucking lucky, man. So fucking lucky.
what's your closing statement on this kind of degeneracy, on this absolute fucked up nature of a group of individuals that run around dressed like
This
this,
freaking rotten hell.
doing this sort of shit? Like, how do you segue out of that? What's your outro? I say, you end it on a fucking song, an oldie, but a goodie.
Like, you can barely fucking hear the fucking lyrics, but he says "Yif and hell for effects," basically. And then this is the follow-up video, and he plays an interview. Kero had an interview with some stupid retarded diaper fur. This fucking shit. Kero admits this, and this is going to be important because I saw a little sneak peek of Kero's response video to the documentary. This is going to be very, very important. Kero admits that he was in the chats. He admits that it was him. Just keep that in your fucking head.
Seen in a long time. Let me show you the part that I'm talking about in particular.
That content was created by furries.
Dude,
there are
this fucking retard.
fursuiters out there that are fucking puppies with baseball bats and decapitating them and fucking their heads. There are people out there banging the corpses of deers in the fucking woods. There are people that share erotica when it relates to
Why would you watch this video as a furry and then act more astonished that he's calling it out than what the content is? He's calling
molesting puppy dogs and screwing roadkill. There's an actual section of the furry fandom that is into that shit.
That is true.
No, there's no section.
Yes, there fucking is. Now, most of the fandom obviously doesn't like that. They hate that. And when people found out what the fuck was actually going on, you had the whole Furvengers fucking bullshit going on. A lot of people hunted these guys down and exposed them and got them arrested. A lot of them did get fucking charged. Snake Thing is in prison because of the mutual efforts between Kiwi Farms and furries. That is the only reason why Snake Thing is in prison, is because of Kiwi farmers and fucking furries, right? But there is to deny this part fucking pissed me off. To deny that this is a section of the fucking fandom. Yes, it is. Yes, there is. There's horrible shit about everything. Just because the fandom has a horrible fucking disgusting side of it that exists, that doesn't mean that you should deny it and not talk about it. You have to talk about it. If you want this to cease to exist, you have to talk about it. You have to. You can't deny it. You can't deny it, dude.
For that.
One of the most horrible, hate-filled videos he's ever seen. Furries don't do that, Jim. Furries are good boys. They're an innocent fandom. How dare you?
It's just sidescuck. I cannot believe you're actually being sidescucked on this fucking shit. That is your priority. This guy fucks dogs. This guy fucks dogs. This guy rapes animals.
Stop slandering his sterling fucking reputation. You're leading a hate mob. Don't you understand the effect that you're having on our poor pupper Kero? He's gonna kill himself. He's getting hate mail.
I've been receiving death threats every single day. I see
Kero, there should not be a waking day of his life where he feels safe.
a photo that someone posted.
That is
of
my
a
opinion.
sword, and they said they can't wait to chop my head off with it. So
Good.
I'm honestly scarred, freaked out.
You're scarred. You're scarred? Bro. This is what I mean. 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 This guy is a fucking demon. You're scarred. You're playing the fucking victim when you repeatedly raped and prostituted your fucking dog. And you're scarred. Are you fucking kidding me?
I've been having anxiety attack after anxiety attack. I went into a really dark place when this first happened, and I almost did something.
I played it before. I found out. Wait, what? That porn dating sim? What the fuck are you talking about? What? Oh, is their real name Kero's real name? I completely forgot. I think his name is Jason something. I'm pretty sure his name is Jason.
That would have hurt me a lot.
Why must you persecute him, you cyber bullies? Remember,
J-Sun
if
Effects.
the-
No, J-Sun Effects is not Kero. Oh, you're talking about. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, there's like a furry board. Like, well, was it like an artist? It was like an artist who was dating a fucking minor, and the minor voiced in certain sexual content that J-Sun Effects created. Yeah, that guy is completely out of the fandom, and I hope he got arrested for it. Actually, hold on. I'm kind of curious. I want to look it up real quick. Did J-Sun Effects get arrested? I can't see anywhere where he got arrested. Wait, it is important to know that allegations not been proven in a court of law. No, it does not look like he got arrested. He should get arrested.
fursuit don't fit, you must acquit. He did not fuck those puppers. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with what's going on, last week, Kero and a group of his friends had conversations on a social media service they used that was
He
leaked
doesn't make
out to
art,
the
she does?
internet.
Oh, okay.
And there was some really heinous, reprehensible shit that was in there. And Kero's response was to claim complete innocence. It's fabricated.
Complete innocence. Just like the amount. Oh my god, it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me. The amount of times this fucker's story changed. It's like completely fabricated. I was not in those chats. In the interview, he admits he was in the chats.
It's faked. None of this is real. I was hacked by Iranian super He actually said that. He said that he was hacked by Iranian super hackers that were targeting furries. That was his response to what was going on. Now, in my video, I was totally fair. I played it down the middle. I even included that retarded excuse. And I even finished that video up by saying, give it just a little bit of time. Just a tiny amount of time to find out whether this is true or not, because eventually the truth will come out. So it's been about a week. Where does that leave Kero and the zoo crew? Were they really the victims of Iranian super hackers at the forefront of the new online persecution movement? Or are they as guilty as sin as they appear to be? Now, I'd like to state that there is some compelling and damning evidence that exists out there. People have been going all CSI and doing forensic analysis on videos and
He's talking about Archive the Wolf. Archive the Wolf was posting around this time.
images and chat logs. They've been comparing locations and dog breeds. And if I could include that, I think it'd be pretty.
Dude, I've gotten a tiny scoop of Kero's excuses. He literally denies basic biology of like animals. Like he says, animal fur patterns are actually extremely common. No, they're not. No, they're not. Animal fur patterns are as unique as a fucking fingerprint. Because it's basic genetics. You fucking retard.
Cut and dry, but I can't. I can't show it to you, and I
He
can't.
literally unironically tries to argue that someone fucked a genetically identical dog to his in a basement that looks exactly like his. He unironically argues that.
Can't even link it to you. Google would never allow it. It's far too risky to put up. Even if I tried to censor it, it would defeat the purpose of even including it in the first place. But I don't think I need it. I don't think I need to actually even show that to you to prove to you that Kero
The
is
fourth platform was been. I've never played it.
guilty and that he's a lying sack of fucking shit.
Yep.
This is a man that has consistently changed his story, not just in the span of a week, in the span of mere fucking hours.
The same exact fursuit? Yeah.
So I'm going to use his own words to prove to you just the.
But in the videos there was multiple people. There was multiple people, if you recall from the description. There was multiple people. So he prostituted his own fucking dog. His own dying dog.
kind of person Kero is. Let's start out with what I think is a fairly compelling piece of evidence. 2 videos Kero did recently. 2 interviews that he gave to 2 different YouTubers that are separated by the span of mere hours.
He's pointing this out because it's gonna be fucking funny to hear two completely different fucking stories in the span of literal hours.
Hours from each other. And we're going to compare and contrast statements he gave in each of these. Both of the creators that put these videos up spoke to Kero. Both of the creators have different takes on what happened. And I just want you to listen to his responses and to the evidence and the ideas that they put forward, and compare that to what he was saying a week ago. Again, a week ago, he was completely innocent. These were all fake. It was not real. His accounts were taken over. He was a victim.
In the logs, there are pictures of his dog that are not posted anywhere else online. It's possible that
There's that too.
person pretending
Also, he's taking those pictures.
to be him could have gotten pictures of a dog that looked like his.
Like he's taking those pictures to sort of like sexually show off his fucking dog. It's awful.
But because his dog was an Australian Shepherd, German Shepherd mix, and that particular breed has a myriad of different color patterns it can have, the chances of an imposter having a near identical match to his dog are slim.
It's not just slim. This is all of these dogs. It's the same breed. I think except this one. This one's different. Is it? No, it actually is the same. All these dogs. Yeah, no. All these dogs are the same breed. I don't know. I'm looking at the ears. This one's not. This one's not. I don't think so. But you see, you kind of get the sense. Like these, that's the same breed of dog. They look completely fucking different.
Along with that, there is a ton of personal information in these logs that, while technically obtainable, would require the absolute most obsessive of stalkers to get. There's also the numerous people who got a hold of some of the forwarded messages from the logs and could run an ID check on them, and match it to Kero's now deleted Telegram account.
Did he deny being friends with Snake Thing? Nope. He did not. He did not. He fucking admitted to being friends with Snake Thing. And I think he says it in this interview. He was friends with and in contact with Snake Thing, but he didn't know Snake Thing was a zoophile and that they had just talked about Cub. Even though in the chat logs they're talking about more than Cub. But those are apparently faked. Yeah, no, he says that. He says half of them are real and half of them are fake.
I didn't believe these at first because, to be honest, a lot of them are just badly done. You can't just show me a screenshot where you took two completely innocuous messages and matched the IDs and say, see, that proves it. You actually have to show him saying something incriminating that was in the logs. But the one that won me over was Nashaina's video about it. Nashaina has no reason to lie, and faking the video seems difficult and pointless. But the thing that really gave me that feeling in the pit of my stomach where I knew that these logs were real was actually one of the only things that wouldn't even be that hard to fake. And that is the way that Kero greets people. I'd only ever spoken to him once before, very briefly, and the first thing he said to me is, "Arf Arf, had a quick question." So I looked through the logs, and sure enough, you can see that same greeting a few times.
Dude, you heard it from the gay dragon folks.
And I'm not saying that this is definitive proof of anything. Like I said, this is the easiest thing in the world to fake for anyone who's spoken to Kero, but I guess it was the moment that everything just kind of clicked.
Well, you heard the gay dragon folks. He had some doubts. He saw some evidence that made him...
Dude, this whole saga is like burned into the back of my fucking brain.
Believe that perhaps Kero was not the most innocent person on the face of the earth. People were matching up the ID numbers of the accounts that were shown in the screenshots with his actual account. Kero used the same kind of language and greeting with him that he was shown to use in the chat logs. The dog breed was very specific and matched pictures that...
Motherfucker does not realize it makes it worse for himself. I think it's arrogance. It's complete arrogance and ego. He thought he's like, well, I don't need to think about my lies. I don't need to think about having a consistent story, having a consistent lie. I don't need to do that. I could just make shit up on the fly and people will just defend me anyways. Fuck it.
Were shown in the leaks. It seems that he had some reason to actually believe this. Now, let's compare that to the opening of the other video. Let's hear what he says when he's confronted about things that were brought up by the other person.
So first off, sorry for being blunt. Have you fucked any animals?
I haven't.
Not like living or dead, no roadkill or
That's so convincing.
anything.
I have never had sex with any animals.
Okay. And have you ever hurt or killed animals for pleasure?
I haven't.
You have not?
No.
Okay. Another...
Which, to be fair, seemed to be the case, right? Kero did repeatedly rape and molest and, desanctify his dog, right? But I don't think he never participated in the zoo sadism. He participated in zoophilia 100%, and necrophilia, but he never participated in the sadism. Which, I mean, raping an animal is sadistic as fuck, to be clear. But when we're talking about zoo sadists, we're talking about people who kill puppies with their dicks. Like it's we're talking about that.
The question
I don't think Kira ever did that.
a lot of people have asked, and this is a big one that's been going across, is did you actually get hacked?
Yes.
I did not have sex with that possum. That was a definitive answer. I was totally hacked, bro. It's not like he's going to immediately follow that up and say, oh, by the way, I kind of lied about a few things, and it really wasn't Iranian super hackers.
Did you actually get hacked?
Yes. Though I lied about one thing.
If you were innocent, why do you need to lie?
I was kicked out of my account. At first, when it happened, all I saw was my name changed, and before I could take any screenshots of the active sessions, I was booted out of my account. I felt like I needed to prove myself to people because I was getting questions about all this stuff at once. And I was thinking irrationally, and I was just freaking out in general. So I thought, well, what if I just found one on the internet and just posted along with it? I should have been upfront and honest with everyone, and that is my fault.
So he posted a false screenshot of him being hacked. Lol.
And I'm sorry for lying about that part.
So we're both
Which is not true. Also, that is also a lie. That was his screenshot.
images that you posted were fake, or was one real? And
Nobody ever accused Kero because if you background if you reverse image check, I'm pretty sure it doesn't show up.
One was real. The one that had the active sessions.
One of them is real. Wait.
That is my fault, and I'm sorry for lying about that part.
so were both images that you posted fake, or was one real? And
One was real.
Okay.
The one that had the active sessions was fake. That one was found on the internet.
Yeah, you remember that tweet right there, that one, where he showed the
Yeah.
logged in session from Iran? That's the active session Kiro's talking about. That's lie number one. When he told people that he was hacked by Iranians, he completely made it up. He took a picture off the internet and passed it off as something that was happening to him. Sorry to tell you, all you people out there that were rooting for the Middle Easterns, coming in to purify this filth off the internet. There is no coordinated group of super Iranian hackers that is targeting Kiro and his fucking zoo crew. Completely fictional. Pulled it right out of his ass. But what about the logs themselves, Kiro? Were those real? Surely, just because you've lied to us once, because you told us a fib about those goddamn Iranians, I mean, you have to stay consistent. You have to tell us that the logs are actually fake. Those have been forged.
the other big thing that I know a lot of you have been passing around, and believe me, I've seen it in the comments, is the chat logs that have been passed around
Like Iranians? Yeah, it would have been more convincing if it was like fucking Indians or some shit.
all over the internet now. Everybody's seen all the dirty laundry that people are saying you said. Are the chat logs real, or are the chat logs fake?
Okay, so the chat logs are fake.
Oh, thank God. Thank God he didn't say something that was the complete opposite of that.
So
Thank God. Thank God he wouldn't go on to contradict this narrative.
I confronted Kiro about this and basically told him, look, I know that these logs are real. If you keep denying that, people are eventually going to find out the truth, and this entire thing is going to start all over. And then Kiro agreed with me and told me that yes, the logs are his. He had those...
Dude. These videos were posted hours in between.
conversations, and he does have an interest.
Also, kind of base. The grass crested shield from Dark Souls. I see that.
Some aspects of zoophilia. He also claims that some of the forwarded messages are being taken out of context, but that's something that you guys are going to have to decide.
Oh, okay. What could possibly be the context that would make talking about raping animals acceptable, Kero?
Is valid on your own. But back to my main point. Yes, the logs are real. Now, before you pick up your torches and pitchforks,
Majira,
let's
I
talk
have
about
no
what that
idea.
actually means. Yes, Hero does have an interest in animals sexually, and he and Snake shared with each other some pornographic pictures of them.
Oh, so wait a second. He actually did have those conversations. Those logs weren't completely faked, were they, Kiro? And when you tell people those chat logs are fake, what you mean is maybe sorta kinda, huh?
I didn't say a lot of those things, but I will say
I didn't say a lot of those things.
a long time ago I was part of this group. It was
Oh! Dude, you cannot. Oh my god, dude. This fucking guy. By the way, his most recent defense is that it never happened. So, we went from completely faked, never happened, to some of it is real, some of it is fake, back to none of it happened.
for people who had an interest in feral artwork.
Hold on one second.
And this place had safe for work and not safe for work. And I met this guy in there called Nalazar. And at the time, we just chatted back and forth because we had the same interest in artwork.
Nalazar
And
is snake.
eventually, over time, I just stopped talking to him because it kind of freaked me out how many questions he was asking about the actual act of zoophilia and everything.
Oh, really? That freaked you out? Really? I mean, surely the chat logs reflect that.
And I told him that I would never hurt any animals, and I just don't.
By the way, he literally never said that ever, not a single fucking time in the chat logs.
Don't feel comfortable with it, so I eventually.
Well, actually, to be fair, he said he would never. He wasn't a fan of the zoo sadism, but he liked fucking animals. He said that in the chats.
Eventually just dropped it and stopped talking to him. And now that this popped up, I
You're gonna make a full vid on this as well? I might clip up the VOD, yeah, maybe.
I realized his name is Snake Thing, and he went by the name of Nelazar.
God, where have I heard that name before? Oh yeah, in the other guy's video, when he went to talk to him about you.
I was also able to get a hold of Snake Thing, the other person in the logs, through a mutual friend, and what he said.
Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Oh yeah. Oh well, I mean, to be fair, Snake Thing was also a popular person too, so they were in contact with a lot of normies. To be fair, but Jesus fucking Christ, like these people were like these were like multiple like Epsteins of the fucking furry community, right? Snake Thing ran Ink Bunny, if I recall correctly.
It matches up with this. The content that was exchanged between me and Kero mostly consisted of a few random tidbits of stuff we'd find together online. I cannot confirm, though I doubt he has done anything, whether or not he has actively participated in anything because I have personally never seen it. It may have been flaunted at times, but I do severely doubt he's done anything like that. We rolled with a fantasy at times.
You know, so just it was fake, but it was real, but it was fake, but it was real, but here's this guy confirming that it was real.
Literally everything in the chat logs that was posted, 95% of that I did not say.
So some of it was.
Some of it
Some of it was.
is true. I talked to
Which ones? Which ones, Kero?
I told him fantasies about art and different stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay, just the art. Everything else is fake though, surely.
We just had that bro talk.
So the bro talk, dude. What?
Per se, you know, like locker room chat.
Right.
Locker room chat. I fucking forgot this came out of his mouth. I forgot this came out of his mouth.
Was locker room talk.
No, I'm sorry, Kero. You're not Donald Trump. You don't get to slip that one under the radar and act like talking about fucking bitches and being famous getting you pussy is comparable to fucking decapitated puppies. That's not a tomato, potato kind of thing. Do we really even need to go into the logs themselves? I mean, I talked about them in the first video. The conversations he has about fingering dogs' throats and asses. The conversation he had with Snake Thing about molesting his own dog and possibly hurting it. But no. He drew the line at artwork, guys. You don't understand. That's all just fantasy.
So the one thing is, according to Nelazar, you have a soft interest in zoo. Is that true?
Okay, so I have an interest in the artwork. I thought the
Kill yourself, like now.
artwork was always
It should have already happened, but it's not too late.
fascinating, and that's really where I drew the line.
Totally just made it up, bro. Just going with the flow. You know those typical conversations you have that locker
Dude, it's like the same thing with Lolicon. It's like, I really like Lolicon, but I would never, ever, ever rape a child, I promise. Like, dude, holy fuck, man.
room talk on Skype and on Discord about finger fucking puppies and screwing deer carcasses in the woods. I think every guy's been through that phase in their life. You want to know what's actual fiction, Kero? Your fucking innocence. Every single thing that you've said over the last week contradicts itself, and every time somebody presents new evidence, you have to adjust your story to try to make it fit. Here you are giving two different interviews, giving two different stories. You tell one guy, yep, it's all legit. You tell the other guy, no, most of it's not legit. You tell people you're hacked, you're not hacked. You tell them it was fake logs. Well, some are real, or maybe all are real, but they're not all fake now, are they? That's changed. I mean, fuck, even the furries that were defending you couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on. Why are you retweeting this guy's video, but then doing another video and telling him, no, it's actually different than what I told him? So much to the point where he had to go public and say he had a copy of your...
Catherix, Ashley Zoe Fox just interviewed him at 9 p.m. tonight, and Kero stated that the logs are entirely fake. He has not gone forth and admitted it. Where do you stand on this? I have the logs, so bad move was his part. We'll see how this turns out.
Conversation with him, and he was willing to release it, which of course once again cornered you into updating your bullshit story and putting forward this fucking gem. Oh, I need a mental health day. You guys need to listen to both sides of the story. You don't get it. Read between the lines. I can't give a clear and concise public fucking statement. Hey, I wonder what your clear and concise statement's going to be next week after this guy gets done with you. This is one of those CSI motherfuckers that's been comparing pictures and videos of dogs being molested to your dog and locations where those animals are being assaulted to your garage. Real interesting timing.
Deleting all your periscopes looks bad. I'm not so dumb, bunny. Total fragments. Destination Kero the PCD wolf. Tour of my garage to get my mind off of some things. Oh, he deleted. Oh, that's so hilarious. He deleted the fucking video of him doing a tour of his garage. the same fucking place where the dog was raped, the same place where those two videos were compared and it found to be identical locations.
By the way, Kero, that the moment that he starts to post his evidence, you go and start deleting shit. Really makes you wonder what's going on, huh? Almost makes you look like you're maybe a little fucking guilty. And you just can't stop yourself from fucking lying, can you? You put out one bullshit story, and you're proven to be a fucking fraud almost immediately.
Hey, Kero, will you be at Wapafa, and will Yami the Wolf?
I don't know who Yami the Wolf is, but I will not be going to Wapafa because of death threats made.
He 100%. I'm pretty sure. Wait, no, I'm thinking of the other fucking guy. There was another guy, the Zooier Than Thou people, where wait, no, Kero did. No, Kero did do this. He did. He said he wasn't going to go to a convention, and he went on anyways. He used someone else's fursuit, so he tried to be low-key about it and stuff like that. This fucker was still trying to muck around with other furries and shit.
Against me.
Which, by the way, how fucking retarded. You're going to go to a convention dressed up and interact with people. You don't think people are going to recognize you? You don't think people are going to recognize your voice? You don't think people are going to fucking be like, huh, this person seems to be the precise exact phenotypical fat retard as Kero. Wow.
Oh no, I won't be attending, guys. I won't be attending because of the
he
death
got
threats.
banned.
It's too risky for me to go. How about the organizers of the events don't want you there? How about they don't want you to show up with your reputation of hurting animals and getting off to animals being abused? Maybe that's why you're not going. Maybe it has fuck all to do with death threats. But I'm sure you're going to be just fine. I'm sure the police officers are going to love sitting down and sorting through this with you in person. Oh, because there is a police investigation. And not that bullshit one that was talked about on the day this broke where people were trying to say, no, Kero went and talked to the police, everything's good. I mean actual officers sitting your weird little ass down and talking about you fucking dogs to death.
Questions for Kero the Wolf. Is there any specific update on the police investigation into the controversy?
I can't give away much, but I did give a statement, and it's currently being investigated. I am in contact with the police, and we're figuring this out.
Everything's looking A-okay.
We're figuring this out.
Bright and sunny days ahead for Kero and the Zoo Crew. And I haven't forgotten about the Zoo Crew either. They've got their own dedicated video coming up, because if you thought the shit he was into was bad, you have fucking seen nothing yet.
Yeah, the other people were awful. And then we'll watch one more video proving that he's fucking guilty. The truth about Kero's boyfriend, Kero. Why the New York investigation of Kero World failed. We'll watch those. Well, apparently they didn't recognize him because he still went, right? Still not arrested. He's not arrested because you'll find out why. The statute of limitations. The recording date of the videos surpassed the statute of limitations. And I think at the time for sex abuse against animals, or bestiality rather, is like 2 years. Like, so like past the point of like 2 years or some shit, you can't get charged.
About 2 weeks ago, I helped break the news about the New York police investigation into Kero the Wolf closing without charges being pressed. From the beginning, I speculated the statute of limitations was a contributing factor, but I couldn't be 100% certain. As I explained in my previous video, bestiality is classified as a misdemeanor crime in New
Misdemeanor. Dude.
York, and their statute of limitations on misdemeanors.
See, I remember. See, dude, I'm telling. I remember very, very specific details about this fucking. It's traumatizing. It actually traumatized me. It actually unironically fucking traumatized me.
Is 2 years. The police could only charge Kero for an episode of animal sexual abuse that occurred on or after November 2016. Any abuse that occurred before then couldn't be dealt with by the law.
It's so fucking stupid that that's the case.
I wanted to take a look into the evidence and see if I could find any hard proof to back up my theory. The Forvengers who sent this evidence to the police were very gracious and showed me what they had. The majority of what I'm going to be talking about here can be credited to them and their hard work on this case. This evidence...
Jason... Oh, fuck. What the hell is his fucking full name? Dude, his name is... Jason... You know how I can find out? Thank God for Kiwi Farms. Because I know for sure they'll fucking have it. Joshua Hoffman. Joshua Hoffman. Joshua Hoffman. Joshua Hoffman. Joshua Hoffman. That's his name. That's Kero the Wolf's name. Joshua Hoffman.
Was originally sent to the Pennsylvania investigators, who then forwarded it to the New York investigators. I spent the last couple weeks looking it over and doing some digging on my own to see what conclusions we can draw. Contrary to what some people are saying, the video sent to New York was not any of the videos from the original Zoo Sadism evidence leak. Kero had nothing to do with the production of any of those videos, and doesn't even appear to be the one to have sent or received any of them. The primary evidence submitted to the New York police was a suspicious video uncovered on 8chan in late October of 2018. The video depicted a large black and brown dog with long hair being molested by a mostly unseen camera person in a dark room. This video and a document breaking down how it implicated Kero was delivered to Pennsylvania police, who then forwarded it to New York police as it looked to be evidence of a crime happening in that state. A public version of the document was posted to mega.nz on November 7th, but it got taken down, likely due to containing uncensored stills from the video.
Yeah. Dude, please stop. Please stop. I don't fucking...
Channel deleted and end with some very angry knocking on my door. So I'll stick to the important parts and show you what I can.
This part is gonna be so fucking important, because Kero fucking denies this shit.
The dog in the evidence video is identical to Coda. He has the same facial pattern as well as the same white patterns on his front paws and his chest. The dog in the evidence video has a red collar, and in a video Kero uploaded to Vine, Coda could be seen wearing a red collar. The camera person in the evidence video is never fully visible. However, we do see some of their clothing. The first is a pair of black tennis shoes with black and silver arch patterns on the sides. The second article of clothing is a sweater with long black cuffs and an asymmetrical striping pattern on the left and right sleeves. Kero wore the same shoes and sweater to the January...
That's literally the same... Dude, this is what... It's so fucking dead to rights. It is so dead to rights. This is what I'm fucking talking about. Like, it's him. It is him.
February 17th, 2015, Pennsylvania.
You don't get this many... You don't get this many... I would say it's like circumstantial evidence, right? Each individual thing that's being shown is circumstantial evidence, right? Because in a vacuum, it's not exactly indicative of guilt, right? But when you have so many of them line up so perfectly, no, it is
Cosmic Fur Bowl event. Here's a breakdown of the shoes. The white
It's
stuff on the
literally
shoes in
the
video
same.
is likely snow, because in the video you can see the camera person's breath, which meant it must have been filmed on a cold day. And here's a breakdown of the sweater.
It's the fucking same,
dude. So we have video
dude.
of a dog identical to Kero's dog being molested by someone in clothing Kero owns. Why wasn't this enough for the police to get a search warrant? Well, you can see the camera person's lower face briefly in the video. I had to censor this still so hard.
Dude.
I still
Awful.
don't feel entirely comfortable putting it on a YouTube video.
Good.
If
Archive the Wolf just went above and beyond in so many areas. I could honestly just take their word for it.
you really want to see it and make sure that I'm not just pulling your leg, I did post it in the Twitter thread I made about this information, and I'll be putting a link to that in the description, but
Probably can't do, probably shouldn't do that.
I'm not going to be using that here. Anyway, it's a little hard to make out the face due to overexposure, but you can see they are clean shaven. If you've seen photos of Kero's face, you probably know he usually has some kind of facial hair. Even at the Cosmic Furball meet where he wore the sweater and shoes,
So greasy.
he had facial hair. The only photos and videos of Kero being clean shaven come from 2014 or earlier, which means this video may indeed fall outside the statute of limitations.
Exactly.
But who's to say Kero didn't just shave his face sometime between 2016 and 2017 and make that video?
That's also possible because it can be pretty fast. I know for me, like when I'm clean shaven right now, But it usually takes like 2 days and it starts like fucking poking through a little bit. So it's like it could have been he still could have like been clean shaven at one point and just didn't make any content, didn't make any videos for like a couple weeks, maybe. I don't know.
While he was clean shaven. He was often wearing his fursuit head in videos and photos. Maybe he did
So you couldn't be able to tell. Okay.
shave during that time, and we just never got to see it because he was always covering his face. It's not like facial hair is gone forever if someone shaves. So how can we really narrow down when this video was created?
I think there's data. Like you could get like if it's like the raw upload of the video, you could usually find that in the metadata, if I recall correctly. You can do that, but I don't know if that was the case for this.
Decided to do some digging of my own, using what I've accumulated over the past few months. The first was trying to find the original 8chan thread the video was posted to. Maybe more information was available there. This was not possible, as 8chan has effectively been shut down.
Good.
I was able to
8chan is genuinely fucking like bad.
find the link to the 8chan upload of the video, which also didn't work because, again, 8chan is shut down. However, if we look at the end of the URL, we can see a file name. Movie underscore number 27
November
underscore
27, 2014.
141129 underscore 002340.mp4. I then checked the archives of Kero's Beast Forum activity, where he had uploaded photos and videos of himself abusing Coda. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I have a video explaining Kero's connection to Beast Forum. But as
We don't need to watch that. I mean, there's plenty enough already in this video to be like, he is beyond. Not only is he in the chats talking to Snake Thing, he fucking admitted to being inside of the fucking chats, and in the fucking videos, it is beyond. It is him, dude. It is him. Same articles of clothing, apparently the same fucking facial hair, because he was clean shaven in November, right, of 2014. And he usually has facial hair, but for some reason he was clean shaven in 2014, and the guy in the video is clean shaven, wearing the same fucking clothes as Kero. The dog looks exactly like fucking Kero, and I'm pretty sure there's like, I think, does this detail come up? I remember them pointing out that the basement, there is like, what the fuck is it called? Like a pillar? There's like a pillar in Kero's basement, and it's like, it's identical. It's in the same, it's his basement, dude.
quick summary, Kero was a Beast Forum user under the name The Dogman 2, and we know this account was his because the Dogman 2 and Kero had identical personal information, and the Dogman 2 was uploading photos of Kero's dog before Kero uploaded them to places like Fur Affinity. However, like 8chan, Beast Forum has been shut down.
Good.
So if the video was up there, I wouldn't just be able to view it. I figured the most I would find was a handful of probable dates. Rough ideas held together by suggestive information from comments or thread titles that would be ultimately unprovable if they were talking about the same video that had been sent to the police. Instead, I ended up finding the exact second he hit the record button. Giving a blowjob to my dog. Posted on November 29th, 2014.
Dude, it's just so disgusting. So disgusting, dude. So just, oh my god, dude.
By the Dogman 2. Well, been here for a while and still haven't posted anything. But tonight, that's gonna change. I've decided, hey, I should start giving back to this community, since I watch other people's videos all the time and never share any of my own. Well, here comes a short video I made tonight with my dog. He's an Australian German Shepherd mix, and he loves it when I give him blowjobs. Here's some pictures and videos from a few moments ago. Hope you enjoy them. Here's the video. Sorry it took so long. Attached file, movie underscore number 27 underscore 20141129 underscore 002340.wmv. The exact same file name from the 8chan upload. Kero's Beast Forum account is the source of the video sent to the New York police. The file format is different.
And that's the latest that they could fucking get, man. And all Kero ever did in the chats, I don't think he ever uploaded anything, but he talked about shit he was fucking doing, but he never sent any videos of him doing it. So it just, wait, no, he sent shit like this in the fucking chat logs, but it's like 2014 passed the statute of limitations, so that's why he got away with it. That's basically it, man. That's basically it, bro. Alright, what we're done. Okay, now is it even worth watching this fucking shit, dude?
Hey,
it's 30 fucking minutes. Dude, my God. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna start a fucking game. Oh my God, my nose, dude. I'm gonna start a game up real quick because I don't think I need to like be sitting down and watching this like the whole thing, you know, like undivided attention, because it's just like we're guaranteed gonna hear just bullshit. It's just gonna be bullshit. The whole thing is gonna be bullshit. What the? Okay.
Hey everyone, it's been a while, hasn't it? For those
Not long enough.
who are and aren't aware, my name is Kero the Wolf, and I used to make videos about the furry community back in the day.
Yeah, you should stop.
Some of you didn't expect to hear from me again, but as a lot of you know right now, I was featured in a docuseries on AMC Plus called Furry Detectives. And I'd like to take some time to talk about it, but before we begin on that, I'd like to quickly go over how we got here. As I'm sure many of you know, about 7 years ago, I was at the center of a...
What are the comments? What are the fucking comments? Glad you're back, Kero. I knew you didn't do what others said you did on... Dude, you need to be killed. 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 All these fucking people. It's just... Just watching all these fucking supportive fucking comments. Yeah, he's 100% deleting negative fucking comments, but dude. Dude. Can I sort by newest? He's deleting bad comments. Disgusting fucking
serious controversy. Law enforcement and local state and federal agencies conducted a full investigation that lasted 2 years. And in the end, I was not charged with any crime.
Because the statute of limitations. Cunt.
That is not just my word, that is a matter of public record. But
it's also a matter of public record that you actually 100% factually did fuck your dog. Sue me. Sue me. Kero the Wolf, what was his name? Jason Hoffman? Dude, I completely forgot. I completely forgot. Hold on. I'm going to say this right now. Publicly, openly, right now. What's his name again? Kiwi Farms? Joshua Hoffman. Joshua Hoffman fucked his dog in 2014. Sue me.
I understand that for some people that is not enough, and it will
yeah, probably because I've seen the evidence, Kero. Do you ever think about that?
Never be enough. The internet is quick to judge and slow to forget.
Dude. Nice. This is what I'm talking. It gets under my fucking skin. It gets under my fucking skin. It bothers me.
That, but I've spent a lot of time thinking about everything over the years, not just on what happened, but who I want to be moving forward. I know this whole
the fact here's something that I want to point out, the fact that he is still lying about this tells me he is still fucking animals. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There is no way that he is not. There is no way that he is not. The fact that he is still lying about it.
The whole thing left a giant scar on the fandom, and I want to apologize how I handled my response to it.
Like lying? Like lying? You mean like lying, Kero?
I was accused of something that I didn't do, and I didn't know how to handle a situation like
the way he's talking, dude. The way he's talking is just, oh my god. You are so fucking lucky, dude. Sorry. You are so fucking lucky. You live in polite society. You're so lucky.
I panicked, but I never meant to make the fandom look bad. And for that, I'm truly sorry. I'm not expecting to change minds immediately, but for right now, can I just have your time? I know that some people will never want to hear from me again, and that is okay. That is their decision, and that's completely fine. But for those who are still listening, for those who are curious, cautious, or open to seeing what's next, I'm going to be focusing on creating content again. Regardless.
I hope this guy is scared every time he goes outside of his fucking house. I hope every time he looks over his fucking shoulder and he hopes and prays to God that nobody fucking recognizes him.
Regardless of opinion. I'll get more into that at the end of the video, but I just wanted to touch on this briefly because I still care deeply about the fandom and everyone in it. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to apologize. I am truly sorry for how I handled that in 2018. But I don't want to get too far off topic because I know a lot of people here want to know how I even got into the documentary in the first place. So let's start.
Because of video of you fucking your fucking dog got released. Or found out, rather. And you were in the chat logs with Snake Thing. You admitted to being in the chat logs with Snake Thing. You admitted in your fucking interview with that fucking diaper fur that you have sexual thoughts about real animals. Maybe that's why, Kero.
Where it all happened. So all this started in April 2024. When I got a random message on social media from this guy claiming to be a producer that's working on a documentary. And for the sake of, you know, I'm not really into showing people's identities and faces and profile pictures. So for the sake of this video, he's going to be called Mr. Director. So anyway, Mr. Director sends me a message saying, "Hey, I'm a documentary producer making a film about furries and how problematic amateur detectives can be. Would you be interested in talking with me?"
So your dumbass got baited? Oh, that's why he got so excited. Oh, that actually, you know what? That's good. That's good. I'm glad that happened. I'm glad you had your naivety preyed upon so fucking easily. You actually thought that somebody was on your fucking side. You thought someone making a documentary specifically about the Zoo Sadist leaks was on your side. That's fucking hilarious.
When I first saw the message, I was a little...
Hold on, it's fucking all glitchy and shit for me.
I don't know, hesitant, I guess the word would be, because honestly, I always...
You have to be so fucking thankful. You have to be so thankful that this guy is a fucking retard.
Get a ton of messages, either sending me death threats, a lot of hate messages. Those are great.
Oh, surely they come out of nowhere,
really.
right?
But regardless, I get a lot of messages just sending me ridiculous stuff. So I was kind of like, I don't know about this, but the more that I looked up his name, the more that I looked into him, the more he seemed real, because he actually had a lot of documentaries out there. So I thought, okay, I will.
Dude, this
give
fucking
this
music
guy
is
a chance,
psychotic.
and I will answer him. So I did. So I didn't really know what I was expecting going into this. The first initial call went a little strange, to say the least, because it was presented to me as, you know, amateur detectives not doing so great online and ruining people's lives. And I'm like, hey, I know that feeling.
I know that
so
feeling,
well.
twin, yes.
So, we'll love to hear what it's about. So, as they're telling me a little bit about the documentary and the phone call, they are going over, you know...
This guy is so lucky, man. He's so lucky. He's so he lives in such like a perfect fucking circumstance in which he never actually fully has to ever address what he actually did. And this was the closest. And I really need to watch this documentary now. That was the closest anybody's ever gotten to holding Kero to account for what he fucking did fully. I hope that's what happened.
What they're planning, what they're filming, and what they filmed so far. And they asked me, I'm like, would you be interested in being in something like this?
Forgot Schneider.
And that was a loaded question. It was a very, very loaded question.
Should do a response.
So I was like, can you give me a few weeks to kind of decide? So as I was waiting those few weeks, I kind of just thought about it in my mind. I'm like, do I really want to be back in that action again? I don't really want to be.
It almost warrants its own dedicated fucking video. Just rehashing exactly what happened. It's like, here's Kero, here's what they did, and here's why they shouldn't come back. You know, I want my videos to more or less, like my Doodle Tones video, like I know that video is not going to get good views. At the most, I'm expecting like 700 views at most. When I eventually get done with it, it's 700 views at most. That's what it's going to get. I know it's not going to do well numbers, but I want it to sort of stand as a testament as to what this person did and why they fucking suck, right? So people can just go to that video. If anybody is ever curious about what exactly this person did, they could go to my video and hopefully, you know, get a full understanding of what happened. Since Kero is getting brave again, it almost kind of warrants its own fucking video, like dedicated, actual edited shit, scripted. Watch it be a second to the femboy video now.
Dragged
the Doodle
into
Tones video, hell no.
a document.
Doodle Tone, nobody outside of like niche art commentary give a fuck about Doodle Tones.
That's going to be seen by millions of people. Plus, I was worried what it would do to the image of the fandom. Were they going to?
You do not give a single fucking shit about that. The fact that you are still fucking lying about what the fuck happened tells me you do not give a shit.
Present the fandom in the right way. What were their plans? And overall, I just needed more information. During the first interview, there were a few red flags. They asked certain questions about the
really? They were
NSFW
giving red
side of the
flags, huh?
fandom, and I'm like, oh, is this gonna be another CSI type of thing? So ultimately, I declined. I'm like, no, I don't want to be a part of this. I'll read a little blip of what I said in the actual message I sent them. My first message to them was, I appreciate the opportunity, but I'm going to have to respectfully decline the offer to be in the documentary. Thank you. You know, looking back on it, I think it was their mission to get me in this documentary because they
No
were like,
shit,
you know,
you're a
let's
major
just have another
player.
talk and, you know, we can better explain things because I see that you are hesitant.
No fucking shit. Wait, I'm sorry, what? I got distracted. What was the exact quote?
To get me in this documentary because they were like, you know, let's just have another talk and, you know, we can better explain things because I see that you are hesitant and...
I'm very glad this brokey can only afford a fucking, like, a half body. Not even half body. No, he's completely headset. He's only got the headset. His broke nigga alert. Can't afford fucking full body.
You mentioned that there might be a little red flags, and let us explain it better to you so you can fully understand what we're doing and what we're trying to do here. So me being me, I'm like, well, it doesn't hurt to hear him out.
Me, fucking dogs.
I already said no, so what's the worst that could happen? I could say no again. So I just decided, sure, why not? We'll do another call. I was left with more questions than anything the second call, so they told me, give it a month. Just think about it. Please just let us know. We are filming very soon, and we would love to come down and film with you. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a month. So after
I'm kind of curious, is it available on YouTube? I wonder. I almost want to try and get away with it. like watching this documentary if I can. Fuck. It's not. The first 12 minutes preview. Fuck. God damn it, dude. No, it's not there.
month, I messaged them again, and my decision again was no.
It's an AMC exclusive.
I do not want to be in this. I don't want the Phantom to get
What's the
hurt from
deets?
it.
There is no TLDR. There is literally no TLDR. You just have to rewind.
And I just don't want my brand in this.
Your
because
brand, your brand. You're concerned about your fucking brand, nigga? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? It is 2025 and Kero the fucking wolf is concerned about his brand. Holy shit. Okay. Dude. That's like Weinstein being concerned about his fucking brand.
Done with the whole fighting people online.
Bro, it's just so, I mean, if I had to attempt a TLDR, Kero the wolf fucked his dog and got exposed for it in 2017, and we're in 2025, and a documentary came out exposing him or relitigating his whole fucking shit among a bunch of other fucking horrific people who got exposed alongside with Kero, and Kero is now responding to the release of the document, trying to defend himself.
Want to be left alone, and I don't really want to be involved in this. So ultimately,
Which that, by the way,
his
that doesn't even cover the half of it. That is nowhere near covering the half of it. That's like the TLDR.
Hey, you know, since you're deciding not to be in it, I do want to let you know of a few things that are going to happen. So if it would be okay with you, I would like to have another call and fully explain the situation and just let you know what's going to happen in this documentary. To be completely open and honest with you. Me being curious about everything, I decided, okay.
He's curious about everything.
I already said no twice. I'm probably going to say no again, but I am curious about this whole thing, so I will have another call with him. So I had that.
Dude, why?
And, oh my god.
Why though?
It changed everything.
Whoa,
He
it
told
changed
me
everything.
that, you know, this documentary doesn't happen without you. If you're not in this at all,
he's so egotistical,
whether
bro.
you agree to film or not, you know, this doesn't happen.
He's actually so fucking egotistical. Like, dude, like these documentary guys knew exactly who the fuck they were talking to. They're like, yeah, this guy is egotistical. All we have to do is tickle his balls just in the right angle, and then he will fucking be in hook, line, and fucking sinker. Like, this guy cannot resist the opportunity. The mere just give him the idea of him proving his innocence. He will buy it immediately.
Because the story begins with you. So regardless if
Oh,
you
that's
participate
so
or not,
good. That's so good to know that that's what happened. That really brings my hopes up for this documentary. And that honestly sets my expectations really high, because it sounds like these people knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. Like not just in terms of being competent directors of documentaries, but they actually know what is going on. They actually know the fucking story. They actually know what's happening.
you're going to be in it, whether it be just a name on the screen or B-roll footage of your public posts and YouTube content. And I'm like, what? What do you mean?
What do you mean? You got exposed in 2017 for raping your dog. Of fucking course you're going to be a part of the documentary. You fucking kidding me? That's what it's about. It's about a bunch of furries who got exposed and hunted down by other fucking furries for fucking animals. Of course you're going to be in it. It's so stupid. Why would you think you wouldn't be?
I'm going to be in this.
Night
I
Ring?
don't
No,
wanna be in
Elden Ring.
this. What are you talking about? So he tells me, Would you rather be another name on the screen, or would you want to come on and defend yourself?
I still have Night Rain installed, but I'm waiting to play it with fucking Noah and shit.
And I was just like, well, initially you didn't tell me that this thing was about me. And then he responded with,
Why would they be contacting you if that was not the case? Are you retarded? Wait, yes. Yes. Yes.
this isn't about you. You're just in the beginning of this because you're the focal point at which this started, which everyone knows you by. So you kind of have to be mentioned in some capacity in this. And it's not malicious or anything. We just want to tell an accurate story. And there is no accurate story if you're not in it. I physically declined twice. I showed you the messages. I declined. I'm like, no, I don't want to be in this. But then they throw like, hey, you're going to be in this. So
oh, poor little Kero got helplessly manipulated into fucking shooting himself in the foot again.
Just, I don't want to throw that, you know, description of like, I was forced to be in this, because ultimately it was my decision to say yes. But
you could say that you consented as a fully grown human adult. You could say that you because you are a fully grown human adult, that you could consent to that. I wonder if there are other people who couldn't have consented, who probably shouldn't have been exploited.
I felt like I was back
in regards to the situation.
Basically,
I wonder.
You know, with the fandom, you know, pushing me back so hard, I felt like this was
the fandom. Yeah, blame the fucking fandom, dude. Blame the fucking fandom for pushing you back so hard, whatever the fuck that means. Poor fucking Kero, victim of the century, dude.
my only choice to really set the record straight. But on the other hand, I didn't appreciate them just...
Dude, that's what I mean. He literally could not resist it. Like, all he had to do was be presented with the opportunity to be like, oh, maybe this time people will understand you, Kero. All you have to do is just be a part of our documentary. He literally couldn't help it. He literally could not fucking help it. He could not resist. It's so egotistical. Holy
saying,
shit.
hey, you're going to be in this, by the way. Deal with it. So
yes!
I freaked out a little bit. I'm like, excuse me? What? I don't understand. So
I'm so confused. I'm so ditzy.
What the documentary is actually about. He technically didn't lie in the beginning message that I showed you. It is about amateur detectives versus actual police work, and how sometimes they can mess it up, but they are going to show when they get it right. And ultimately,
oh, they're going to show when they get it right. Is that a Freudian slip?
Agreed. Because, you know, I rather...
Wait, you agreed with what? Wait, what?
How sometimes they can mess it up, but they are going to show when they get it right. And ultimately, I agreed.
Oh, agreed to the documentary. I thought, oh, that's a little interesting Freudian slip there, buddy.
Because, you know, I rather be talking and representing myself instead of just being a random name on the screen. So a big thing during the Zoom interviews themselves, they were really driving home that they wanted furries to enjoy this documentary. And I don't know how.
You know what? We can agree on that, Kero. I don't know how you would enjoy this fucking story. It is actually the most depraved it is unironically the most depraved fucking shit I've ever heard of in my entire fucking life. I don't know how anybody would enjoy this documentary in that sort of way. I mean, I'm sure people could find it informative. People can find the story interesting in a highly, highly morbid sense. You know, they could find it, well, and I'm glad I know that people like this exist in the fucking world, so I could be, you know, grateful for the things that I have in my life, be a little bit more appreciative of, like, you know, the lives of animals, maybe. Maybe that documentary might have turned some people vegan, who knows?
Furries are going to enjoy the documentary because, you know, the subject matter and everything else, and But they kept promising, you know, we have furries on our team.
Which
then
seems like
told me
they
the
did.
story of how this documentary came to be and everything. So as the story goes, there is a furry intern at AMC that kind of just pitched an idea to, you know, some of the producers and everything and some of the corporate execs. And they're like, furries? Hell yeah, we'll do that. And they just went on board with it. So it all started from a furry intern from
That's something
AMC.
good, yeah.
So that's cool, I guess. But that's how it initially came to be. So I guess there are furries on the team as well, you know, trying to represent the community in a good way. So that's good knowing. And
That's good knowing. That's all you can say about that? That's all that you can say about that? What do those furries say about you, Carol? What do they say?
I don't know. I just initially was really hesitant about this because, you know, a lot of media likes to misrepresent furries. So that was kind of
Well, thank God this one didn't,
that,
right?
You know, they're trying to, you know, represent.
Yeah,
furries
thank
in
God
a
this
good
one
way.
didn't, right?
So that was cool, and it made me more comfortable actually being in it. I mean, regardless, I was kind of pushed into this, but at
Well,
the same time,
cry me a
you know,
river.
I'm glad that, you know,
You
actually
raped your
thought
dog.
went into it.
Cry me a river.
I mean, I haven't seen it yet. So I'm just guessing at the
He hasn't
moment,
even seen
but
the
that's what they
documentary
told me,
yet?
and that's what they were preaching the whole time. So I hope that the fandom is like represented well in this documentary and everything.
Dude,
So
what?
the day of filming, it arrives, and you know they came over with a whole crew, like 50 people. There were sound guys, camera guys, lighting department. There was just so many people. It was nuts. But anywho, when we first started filming, it was divided into segments. So we did the interview first, which was me casually getting in and out of suit just for various shots. They told me like, hey, act this way. We're going to be talking about this. Just answer how you normally would. And initially I didn't want to wear my suit because I
The
was
reputation?
basically traumatized by everything that
You
happened,
were
and
traumatized?
I said, I'm like, you know, I don't feel
Why do you
comfortable
still
wearing
have
this
it?
because he gives me trauma and I am sad. So I don't want to wear them.
Wait,
And
what?
then eventually they're like, hey,
Wait, whoa, wait, what? Is he dead? Okay. What?
I was basically traumatized by everything that happened, and
Why do you still have the suit?
I said, I'm like, you know, I don't feel comfortable wearing this because he gives me trauma and I
You poor victim.
am sad. So I don't want to wear them. And then eventually they're like, hey, it would look better if you wore it.
Dude, I love this. I love hearing about this. I love hearing about this, that these people actually forced Kero to play along with like the accurate narrative that he is a monstrous piece of shit and that his entire persona should be associated with fucking raping poor little innocent animals.
I am just saying. So eventually they
Good.
convinced me to wear my fursuit, and we redid parts of the interview with the fursuit head on. We filmed the interview portion for 6 hours. 6 full hours. That I was dying. Because one, they wanted me to wear my fursuit for most of it, which, you know, some I'm out
Green
of suit.
Goblin mask,
A lot
yeah.
of it I'm in suit, but you know, they gave me a lot of water. I was kind of pampered on set and everything, and it was really cool just seeing like 8K cameras and everything. Like I always wanted to, you know, get into acting or directing, so it was really cool to experience that kind of thing, and I loved it. I thought it was freaking great. The overall interview went.
Yeah, it turns out you know, filming yourself raping your dog isn't great in the filmography portfolio. So we kind of gave up on that passion, didn't we, Kero?
Really well, besides a few things that were a little cringy that I'm like, oh, please don't make me do this. That's part of the B-roll portion though. But the interview went spotless. It went well. There weren't anything that they asked that were overly crazy or anything. There were a few surprises that I was not expecting, but
Dude, This is honestly such great advertising for this fucking documentary. I really, really want to watch it now. What was the curveball? What was that fucking curveball that they threw, dude?
I think I handled everything well in the end. So I know that I said filming went really well, and it did for the most part.
I'm so
for the
fucking
first
curious.
5.5 hours, it went really smoothly and everything, but there was a 30-minute section where the mood completely changed. And they just started grilling me.
Ah, dude, yes. Dude, yes, this is so good advertising, dude. I cannot fucking believe you are giving free advertising to a documentary that exposes you for raping your dog. I cannot fucking believe. I cannot believe he is doing this right now. That is crazy. Oh my god.
Into like a
wow,
almost like a interrogation per se.
Ooh.
I just thought I should mention it because that's, I guess, one thing that I didn't particularly love about the whole filming thing.
Why? Well, why? You've actually never been publicly interrogated by your actions that you have taken over the course of the drama, over the course of your participation in the chat rooms. You've never actually been confronted on that fully. Why not?
Thing was that they were just kind of rough with the questioning. I fully understand why they had to do
why?
that, but it's just like,
could it be that the evidence kind of more or less speaks for itself and people kind of just want an answer? Why did you do this?
Out of nowhere, like a drop of a hat, mood change, and it just completely caught me by surprise and everything. So it was just
so arrogant. I cannot actually believe he thought that he wouldn't have been confronted on this fucking shit. You're so stupid.
Rapid
Thank
questioning, like, do you know that person? Do you know this person? What happened about this? And then,
oh my god, did he deny it? Wait, no, he did. He did later in this video. I think it's in this video. I saw whatever was on Krista Nark's shit. Later on in the video, he more or less denies that he ever talked to Snake Thing.
Something to be on the next question and like trying to make me answer super fast and everything. So it was a little difficult, but I think I handled all the questions pretty well.
Hold on. I am 1.5ing it.
I guess we'll just have to see how they edit everything all together and everything. But besides for that 30-minute portion where it was just like rapid fire questioning, the filming went really well. It's just like that 30-minute window where it was just really intense for a while.
Oh no!
But then after that, we did a bunch of B-roll, and it was great. I loved filming the B-roll, and it was just absolutely fantastic. But my only main complaint is they wanted me to pretend that I'm gaming, but the only thing that they had on them was a Nintendo Switch. And one, they couldn't show one game because the company who makes that game,
I don't care. Don't care.
In this restaurant, just to kind of show like the feeling of loneliness and being sad. And I'm like,
that's funny.
Okay, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Because in the interview, I did mention, you know, I was very depressed during that.
Oh, very depressed. Oh. Listen, all I'm saying, Kero, is the bridge is calling your name. The bridge is calling your name, dude.
That whole time period, and you know, I went into
clearly not depressed enough.
Everything that I felt over the course of the last few years, and about this picture, they had to do this shot like 20 different times because when my fursuit turns, it makes that derpy face, and it's supposed to be a sad scene, but instead you just.
It's supposed to be a sad scene, really? Okay.
Or the documentary actually comes out, well, the first episode at least, I'm going to be doing a kind of reaction to the...
Oh, they're doing episodic. Okay. Huh. Chuck Kun wants it for a day. Yeah.
We'll see in like 2 seconds. Okay, wow.
What is
that
this?
was a lot.
Responding to the first episode? Okay, now he's... Wait, so he actually watched it?
Regardless, I am immeasurably disappointed by this episode. The producers...
Yes! Yes, okay, he watched it. He watched it. Okay, this is going to be very interesting.
Clearly had an agenda when they interviewed me. They didn't want to find out the truth. They wanted...
Oh, you deserve it, you fucking little worm. You deserve it. You deserve it. Dude, this makes me actually so happy. This makes me so happy. You have to understand, the worst confrontation Kero ever had in regards to the Zuseda shit was with the interview with the diaper fur, who was totally glazing up his fucking cock the whole fucking time. That was the worst Kero's ever been confronted. And so now you finally have people who are sitting this smug asshole down and grilling him rightfully for the shit that he fucking did. Finally. You know, it's such a small ask. It's such a small ask. Obviously, I'd rather Kero rot in fucking prison for the rest of his fucking life for what he fucking did. But that's obviously not going to happen because statute of limitations and whatnot. But, dude, thank fucking God. At the very least, this happened. Good. You deserve to fucking squirm.
To match the narrative and maximize drama. They lied to me to get me involved in this, even though I declined multiple times.
Lied?
Just, I guess that's Hollywood for you. Christ. But I guess first, let's talk about the detectives. The film frames them as actual detectives, but they are anything but that. They are not trained professionals by any means.
They don't need to be. They could just, you know, show the evidence. They could make a claim about you and show the evidence for it. Cunt.
They don't have a forensics background.
Don't
They're
need
just
it.
People who are complaining about me. Secondly, I would like to go over the second claim, the discussion forum. People are claiming that this is me, and it is not. First, I wanted to share some...
It is. Dogman 2 literally is Kero. They posted pictures of your dog. How do they have pictures of your dog, Kero?
Facts with you before we move forward with this. Let's look at the amount of people currently impersonating me.
Okay, so real quick, since he wants to deny this, we're actually just going to jump back to Archive the Wolf, and we're going to watch that fucking video that proves that it is fucking Kero. It's 7 minutes long. It's 7 minutes long, trust me. 1.75.
Beast Forum, a website dedicated to the discussion and distribution of zoophilic content. Among its nearly 2 million members was someone going by the name The Dogman 2. On the surface, The Dogman 2 was like any other user.
We'll watch it until there is like unquestionable evidence that it is fucking Kero.
Just your average animal rapist who liked chatting it up with other animal rapists and sharing videos and photos of the horrible things he did to his dog. But there's something deeper to the Dogman 2, and it quickly becomes apparent if we look at his first post. On January 22nd, 2012, the same day he created his account, the Dogman 2 posted a thread where he shared 2 photos of a black and brown puppy. These
You don't need to see the specifics.
same photos of the same dog can be found on Kero's Fur Affinity account.
Okay, that's it. That's all we need. That's all we need. Honestly, that is it. That's it. It's just the same exact pictures he took of his dog is on his Fur Affinity page. On Kero the Wolf's Fur Affinity page. The same exact images. That's all we need.
There's a lot out there, huh? You see how many accounts there are of this? And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many more. People would take and steal anything that I posted on Twitter, FA, and YouTube and claim...
Well, if you're going to claim that it's not you, well, now you got to prove it. If you're going to claim that it is not you... Well, actually, to be fair, you can't prove a negative. To be fair.
...as their own, all while pretending to be me. I can't believe the documentary didn't even attempt to look into this. The second point is, the forum said that
I highly doubt that they didn't. I highly fucking doubt that they didn't.
The account was from Pittsburgh. Let's quickly look at how many people are in Pittsburgh currently.
Do you think that's the only tie to your name? Do you think that's the only way they tied the account to you? Is that the account lived in fucking Pittsburgh? Really? You know, I find it very, very hard to believe that that is the only fucking thing the documentary brought up to tie Kero to that fucking account.
That's a lot, huh? But at the time, I wasn't living directly in Pittsburgh, the city. I lived in the greater Pittsburgh area. And that number is a lot higher. So let's look at how many people reside in the greater Pittsburgh area. 2.45 million. So just because a forum said Pittsburgh and I happen to live in Pittsburgh, that's seriously your...
I have to watch this fucking documentary right now. I highly fucking doubt that. I highly doubt that's the case.
Evidence?
I highly doubt that's the only fucking thing they showed. Because we literally just saw. It took me 2 fucking minutes to show the fucking unquestionable fucking link. Here you know what? Fuck it. Let me pull it back up. Let's watch the whole fucking thing now. Let's watch the whole fucking thing.
Affinity account posted months and even a year after the Dogman 2 shared them on Beast Forum. In fact, the Beast Forum posted.
So just to be clear, the dog. So what is being shown here is that the Dogman 2 had pictures of Kero's dog posted years before Kero would post those same fucking pictures on his fucking account. And it's his dog. It's his dog. It's not stock footage of some random dog. It's his dog.
Predates Kero's entire FA account. Now, I am relying on a screenshot for this information. Beast Forum required an account to view uploaded content, and since the site went down earlier this year, I can't make one. And because you can't create an archive of a logged-in session without some kind of specialized setup, all the archives of the Dogman 2's post display the standard guest censor. So how can we be sure this wasn't photoshopped? Well, one of the Beast Forum photos is visibly different from its Fur Affinity counterpart. The FA version is much more saturated. They're clearly two different versions of the same photo, so this screenshot isn't a simple Photoshop edit. And Kero and the Dogman 2 share many, many traits beyond those photos. Now, on their own, these points aren't necessarily damning. They're like puzzle pieces. Individually, they don't show anything. But when you piece them together in conjunction with the photo upload dates, it starts to form a bigger picture. Number 1. Zoophilia. This one's self-evident with Dogman 2, and Kero has confessed to being a zoophile to at least 2 people.
Yep. After talking to him more, come to find out, he is actually interested in real-life animals.
And he does have an interest in some aspects of zoophilia.
Like real-life animals.
Number 2. The dog. In addition to having the same photos of the same dog, both owned a male Australian Shepherd, German Shepherd mix. Number 3. Location. On September 14th, 2014, Dogman 2 shared he was moving to Oakdale, a suburb in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. On October 8th, 2014, Kero uploaded the following to Vine.
I'm going to college in 4 days. So excited.
And on his Pennsylvania first profile, he specified his location as Oakdale. And on November 30th, 2014...
Dude. It's just dead to rights. You fucked yourself. You fucked yourself.
Dogman 2 made a post describing himself as a college student. Both would later list their locations as Pittsburgh. Number 4. Videography. Kero's interest in videography and editing is self-evident, and Dogman 2 made numerous posts offering to film and edit acts of bestiality in exchange for having sex with the animals afterwards. Number 5. Anti-hunter, nature-loving furries. Both describe themselves as nature lovers and are extremely against hunting. Number 6. Punctuation. Both make the same punctuation.
And again, each one of these points is circumstantial evidence, but when pieced together, here's the thing. Circumstantial evidence on its own doesn't really prove anything. The whole point why we value circumstantial evidence is because when you put it together, it starts to paint a very, very fucking clear picture, right? Like, together, when you take bits and pieces of circumstantial evidence and put them together, you start to get something more and more and more concrete, especially when the claims are being paired with the evidence. And we like, you're making claims about someone and you're matching the known facts about this person with the circumstantial evidence, right? Like facial features can be circumstantial evidence. Like someone saying, I saw someone that looked like this at this crime scene. You know, that's circumstantial evidence. It's not anything that's going to get a guilty charge or anything like that. But, even then, I was going to go on to be like, you know, it builds something concrete. You actually can get convictions based off of circumstantial evidence. It just needs to be enough, which is a little arbitrary when it comes to courts and stuff like that, because it just depends on the judge. But with Kero, it's like I've shown, it is like unquestionably him. There is not any fucking doubt that it is him. Everything lines up so fucking perfectly. And the fact that the Dogman 2 account pre-existed Kero's main account by 2 fucking whole years and seemingly has the same exact information that Kero publicly posted on his fucking profile publicly, the same information that's found on the Dogman 2 account, dude. What a fucking coincidence, if it ever was one. And it's the same. It's pictures of his dog. How does the Dogman 2 have pictures of Kero's dog? How?
Mistakes in their writing.
Posted prior to Kero. How did that happen?
Spaces are frequently put in front of the punctuation mark instead of behind, like it's supposed to happen, or sometimes there'll be a space and then a punctuation mark and then another space. It is a common pattern in both of their writings. Number 7. Cheesecake is life. Kero likes to say, cheesecake is life, and Dogman 2's kick username was cheesecake is life 44. Number 8. Maw fetish.
Now, Kero is publicly into maws and vor, that's an open secret.
Well, but basically, you get the fucking point, dude. It's like there's like plenty of evidence that it is fucking Kero. So he can sit there and deny all he fucking wants. He can sit there and say, the account only existed in Pittsburgh, lol. It's like, well, no, there's a bit more than that. And I highly fucking doubt the documentary only showed the fact that you both lived in Pittsburgh. The Iranians, yep.
How many people actually living in Pittsburgh? Ridiculous. Now, let's go over dog fur patterns. Most dog breeds' fur patterns are
Dude, here we go.
extremely-
Here's Kero. Kero is now going to deny basic fucking biology. Here we go.
Similar to each other. In the show, they did an overlay of a dog's mouth and said it was the same as my parents.
Hold on. What did you say, Kero? Sorry.
People actually living in Pittsburgh? Ridiculous. Now, let's go over dog fur patterns. Most dog breeds' fur patterns are extremely similar to each other.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Unless, well, it depends on the dog breed. Like Weimaraners, I would say, generally look the same, right? Very, very minor differences, but they're Weimaraners are like flat gray, like they're gray, like just all around, right? They might have like a little bit of white patch on their chests and stuff like that, because I've had 2 Weimaraners in my life. My dog Ellie back when I was a kid, and now I have Ruby. They look different. They look very different. But, Ellie was a lot more darker gray and Ruby is a lot more lighter gray, right? But, like, point being, that's, like, basically, like, even when something with, like, a Weimaraners, where Weimaraners generally look the same, you can tell the fucking differences. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Weimaraner. Like, look, this is what I mean, right? You're probably not going to find a dog breed that looks this similar to each other, but you can even see the fucking differences. You can even see the fucking differences. You can see it in their faces. Oh, wait, those are Weimaraners? I didn't know they were Cayman Brown. That's kind of fucking crazy. But yeah, you could tell the fucking differences in their face and shit. Like, they look slightly different, right? But you can still fucking tell the differences with something as basic as that. We're talking about an Australian German Shepherd, right? You are not going to find similar fur patterns with this dog breed. You are fucking yanking my fucking chain if you think you're going to find similar patterns with this breed. Get the fuck out of here.
In the show, they did an overlay of a dog's mouth and said it was the same as my parents' dog. Okay, let's do the same here. This looks very similar to what was in the documentary, but let's look at the full photo. See?
He's being fucking whatchamacallit. He's strawmanning. He's strawmanning.
Completely different dog.
Now, to be fair, I don't know what the documentary shows. I unironically need to fucking watch it. But I could guarantee he's being fucking dishonest here.
Similar. That was a picture I found on Google. Still not enough for you? Okay, then let's do it again.
Golden Retrievers are very samey? Yeah. I don't know. For me, honestly, that's probably a better example of like a dog breed that probably looks very, very similar to each other. Where it's kind of hard to see the differences. But when we're talking about Kero's dog, like, there is no fucking way you're going to have the same fur pattern.
Documentary, they showed a video of a blue
you know what would prove your point, Kero? Find me a dog. Find me an Australian German Shepherd that looks exactly like yours. That isn't yours. Find me that. Find me that.
Dog's fur. So let's replicate that. Looks similar, huh? But that is a completely different dog. This was another picture that I found on Google. Look how similar these fur patterns are on all of these dogs. The dog in question
They're
could have been
different.
anyone's dog.
They're different though, but you could tell the fucking difference just because they're the same fucking color and the fur and the patterns are in similar positions. That does not mean that they're indistinguishable, right? The dog seen in your video looked exactly like yours. Dude. God, there's no point. There's no point.
You're comparing blurry photos and videos of dogs and saying that it's the same dog my parents owned over 10 years ago, even though they clearly
The date
have different
doesn't
dogs
matter.
with similar fur patterns. Like,
doesn't
seriously?
matter. Doesn't matter.
Really? Christ. And I didn't lie in the documentary. I physically did not have a dog anytime after 2014. In 2014, I moved to the States to go to college, and I never moved back to New York. My parents had a dog that I cared for before 2014, and the fact that you people think I hurt him is fucking disgusting. He was my—
You admitted it in the chats. You also said in the chats with Snake Thing, which apparently, according to you, is partially true. the chats that you had with Snake Thing, you admitted to some of them being true. Now, we don't know exactly what is true and what isn't true because you never bothered to point that out. But the fact of the matter is, in those chats is you admitting to it.
My best friend, and I would never hurt any animal. I'm so fucking tired of people saying I did this. So let's look at what we just discussed. Thousands of people are currently and have been for many years impersonating me. I have been making content since 2012, and ever since I started making content, people have been impersonating me. That's the whole deal with being popular. People are going to do that. You can
Dude, someone broke into Kero's home, dressed up like him, and looked exactly like him, and raped his own dog. That's crazy, dude.
Find that on any creator out there. People will always try to impersonate the popular guy. The fact that this is even an argument in the documentary is just insane. We already know that a shit ton of people impersonate me on a daily basis, and just because a profile on a disgusting platform says they're from Pittsburgh doesn't mean it's me.
A squirrel with a
As we
condom
discussed,
on
there's
it?
a lot of
What?
people in Pittsburgh. And just because a dog has a similar fur pattern in those photos does not mean that they were the dog I had growing up. When it comes to dog breeds, a lot of dogs have similar fur patterns to each other. The
No,
whole
they
thing
don't.
is that everyone is grasping at straws here.
Not with your dog breed. Not with that. They look very fucking different.
You're
Dude.
trying to find anything to prove me guilty. The fact of the matter is, if these logs were real, I would be in jail.
If these logs, you admitted that they were real. What are you fucking talking about? We just saw that earlier. We saw that earlier. You fucking admitted to them being real.
Illicit material over the
Multiple
internet. And
times.
as you heard from the police in the documentary, it went all the way up to the FBI. And the only problem that they had with me was getting into one hard drive. Nothing on the internet had any validity to it. Because if it did, I would be arrested.
He said this before in the past. He said this before in the past when the investigation eventually cleared, or not cleared, rather like the investigation stopped, was because they realized that the only evidence that they had was past the statute of limitations. He said, but this is his go-to thing. Is like, I would be arrested right now. I would be arrested. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. If the statute of limitations are there, right, protecting you for some reason.
In this country, it's innocent until proven guilty, not the other way around.
Yep, you're proven guilty. You're proven guilty.
Crime. Speaking about the police, I have a few things I want to say about them. Everyone is talking about the encrypted hard drive. Did you know that your phone, smartwatch, anything smart device related is now encrypted with basic encryption?
With basic encryption? No, but yours was above basic encryption, Kero. Do you not think the cops can crack basic encryption? If the cops seized my computer, do you think they couldn't get past my fucking password? Really?
Software. This has been the case for the last 10 years. These items are encrypted for safety, so people can't hack into them. So what? I can't practice.
You don't think cops can break that? Your specific shit had software that encrypted it.
Security? Is that against the law? Is that a crime? I had an encryption on my computer because everyone was trying to go through my accounts. That was right around the time I got doxxed.
Oh, but the Iranian super hackers can fucking break it, though. The trained law enforcement officers couldn't crack the fucking code, but fucking dipshit Iranian super hackers living in fucking mud huts could. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, dude.
I was so paranoid. Every
Holy
single day,
shit.
I would get a notification from Twitter,
Holy
Facebook, Instagram,
fuck,
and
dude.
YouTube that there was a failed attempt to get into
Unreal.
my account. And since my address was now known, I googled up encryption software.
By the way, he lied about that. He lied about that. He lied about his shit getting fucking hacked.
And downloaded one for free because I was worried about people breaking into my computer.
Whoa, so you admitted it. Whoa. So wait. Did he not just say that everyone's shit comes with basic encryption, and then now he's saying he had an external encryption program?
Get a notification from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube that there was a failed attempt to get into my account. And since my address was now known, I googled up encryption software and downloaded one for free.
So that's why the cops couldn't get into your fucking devices, because you had some fucking primo fucking encryption software that people don't come with by default with their computers.
Because I was worried about people breaking into my computer or breaking into my apartment for that matter.
Yeah, like maybe law enforcement. Well, here's the thing too. You know, you said they had a problem with your stuff because some of it was encrypted and they couldn't crack it. Why didn't you give the password? I mean, obviously you were innocent, right? Why didn't you give the password?
It was scary to have that many people trying to get into my stuff, and even more frightening.
Okay, well, why would you be afraid of the police getting into your stuff? Huh.
that people were trying to show up to my apartment. So I locked everything down, did double verification on everything, changed my passwords multiple times. But it was a basic encryption on my computer. And the only things that I had on that drive were YouTube related
It's not basic. A password is basic encryption. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. A password is basic encryption, right? It is a preventative measure to prevent people from accessing the computer, right? It's encryption. Passwords are a form of encryption. You did not have that. You had to download an external software that encrypted the files on your computer. Meaning, you would have to have a password to unlock those files. Not to unlock the computer, to unlock the files. Why would you need that? Number fucking one. And number two, why would you keep that continued? Why would you continue to have those things encrypted and under lock and key when you're being investigated by the police? Why didn't you let them have access to those files?
I had all my effects, soundtrack, B-roll from my videos, and some photos from conventions I've been to.
Okay, so why the fuck are you hiding it? Oh, you mean you have encrypted video files. That's fucking interesting. Why didn't you let the cops see it? Why did the cops were the cops allowed to see it?
If they didn't get inside of it, they would have found nothing. People are claiming that
if they did?
Some photos from conventions I've been to. Even if they didn't get inside of it, they would have found nothing. People are claiming that this was the
even if they didn't. So they did?
The holy grail that let me get away with it. People are so caught up in this that they are willing to believe anything.
But then you said they ran into problems with encryption. Meaning they couldn't access certain shit.
Also, they took everything. From all my laptops to cell phones, anything that could store data. And I think a lot of people like to skip over this, is that they took my cell phone. They had access to every photo, every video I have ever taken. On that particular cell phone, I had a backup of everything. They had access to all my emails, all my personal information, and they found nothing. My computers I only use for gaming and editing. I do everything else on my cell phone. So if I...
That must mean that there's another device. No. I believe there was another device. There was another device.
Was guilty, they would have found something there. One last thing I want to touch on is the police officer said I was
nervous. And here's the bad thing too, dude, because the cops only got involved like nearly if I recall correctly, nearly half a fucking year after the initial Zeusatus leaks got released on Twitter. So he had plenty of time to cover up whatever the fuck he needed to before police came knocking on his fucking door. So that's also another factor that's not being included here. Is that
visited me? Yeah, because it came out of nowhere. Because this whole situation was ridiculous. And I never thought the police would ever get involved. As soon as they came into my apartment, there was rapid fire questioning.
Why would you think that when you literally admitted to being in the fucking chat rooms where they were talking about raping dogs and fucking with kids? Why would you think that you wouldn't be investigated?
In the apartment, where have I been for the last 2 days? And then they searched my apartment. I let them do that. They didn't have a warrant at the time. So yeah, I was nervous at the time, but I completely complied with them.
I watched a video of a guy letting police search his house when he had just killed somebody in that house and their body was in a freezer. So you telling me that you let cops search your home without a fucking warrant doesn't do anything for me. Sorry.
Of course of 4 months, they came almost every single day and asked to search my place because I kept getting calls that I was doing something bad. And each and every time they searched, they found nothing. I figured if I let them search my apartment, this whole thing will just go away. Imagine my surprise when they actually attained a warrant somehow. But through everything, I remain innocent. I remain uncharged. If you don't like that, then there is the back button. You do not have to watch my content.
I hate this nigga so much, dude.
I am back on YouTube for me. Because I enjoy making videos. I don't care how many subscribers I have. I don't care how many views I get. This whole documentary is 100% based on circumstantial evidence surrounding me. And it's presented by people who are labeled as detectives when—
Circumstantial evidence? Sure. But when put all together, paints a real fucking bad picture of you.
And they are actually—
Doesn't it? Doesn't it? It starts to increasingly, as you pair the circumstantial evidence, in isolation, it's circumstantial. But when paired together, when everything clicks together, you're guilty. beyond any reasonable
not
doubt.
detectives. They are just people
And
who
you are
don't
so fucking unbelievably lucky that it is a misdemeanor for doing what you did to those fucking dogs in your state. You are so fucking lucky, dude.
like me. They are not law experts by any means necessary. They are just researchers. They are not trained to be legal detectives. I do applaud their work for helping certain people get locked up who actually did bad things, but they are wrong about me.
Oh, those certain people that were what? Oh, that you were talking to, that you were friends with, that you specifically spoke to in regards to certain illegal subjects? Oh, those people? Those people that got locked up? What about that, Kiro?
Take a second.
Why were you openly discussing dog rape with Snake Thing?
To think about it. Instead of letting anger drive you, does this case against me
Why did you admit to having sexual feelings towards real-life animals? Why?
actually make sense? Is it actually grounded in reality, or is it an angry mob who got the wrong guy and has been repeating the same lie for 8 years? Let's repeat the facts. If I was guilty, there would be better evidence than this. And they wouldn't need to resort to dramatic music or tricking me into an overly dramatic documentary. There were people who were actually charged. The people
You're right. There's the Archive the Wolf account that shows everything. There's also that.
who actually did things. I went through the legal process. I cooperated with the police, and in the end, I was not charged with anything. The narrative of this documentary is that I got away with
No, his verbiage here is so fucking interesting that he was never charged. Doesn't mean that you're innocent. Just because you're not charged. It's very, very, very interesting that he keeps harping on that. Not charged.
with it. But that's not a part of the reality that we live in. There is always going to be conspiracy theories about me. I get that. But people cannot ignore the facts. I was never charged with a crime. I am not guilty. Local, state, and federal agencies could not prove me guilty. Do you know why? Because there is no such evidence that I ever did anything. Anyway, my overall thoughts on it so far? Not great. There's a lot of things that they did that I really dislike. I don't like how they didn't research more about me. They just went off what the detective said. Usually with this kind of docuseries, they are very front-loaded. So shock value, then it comes down, and then it goes back up into shock value. So I think the next episode is going to talk about me more, but it might be better. I don't know. It's just, I had a good experience filming with them, and it makes no sense that this is the first episode.
Why would they
so
lie
it
to
just
me?
has to be better than this. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens next week. I do know that I'm only in this for 2 episodes, so I don't know how much more they are covering with me. I did want to get this video out as soon as possible, so if I missed anything, I'll cover it.
Oh, don't worry, Kiro. When they're done with you, they'll start covering your friends who fucked puppies to death that you were perfectly fine with up until it became inconvenient.
Again in the next video. Also, updates. I've decided I will no longer be active on Twitter.
Don't care. All right. Rotten hell, you fucking dirtbag piece of shit. He made another video, just to be clear. He made another video, but I don't care to watch it. I mean, what is even the title? What is the title? Furry Detective, what the series left out. It's 7 minutes. Not watching it. Don't care. Fucking cry about it. Mauled about it. Cry about it. Mauled about it. Fucking kill yourself. Don't care. Oh yeah, fucking whatchamacallit, Nicandrous. Right. I just saw fucking Krista fucking shit in my thing. Claiming that there was no evidence when there's not a case and he just got off on technicality, maybe legit YouTube violation. Yeah, it technically is, and I would not be opposed to flagging him. Actually, I'm gonna do that right now. You kind of reminded me. No, that is technically a violation. I will fucking report him. I will be a flag it. I will. Report. Here, I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna gloat about it. I'll gloat it. Community guidelines: violent, hateful, abusive, harassment, bullying, harmful, or dangerous acts. What would this fall under? You say harmful and dangerous acts. I would say harmful and dangerous acts. Hold on. I'm actually let me double check what is the TOS on that. What is that? YouTube's community guidelines. Okay, here we go, right here. Oh shit. Harmful, sensitive content, spam. I think it more or less falls out. Hate speech, predatory behavior, graphic violence, malicious attacks, and content that promotes harmful or dangerous behavior. Yeah, I would kind of more or less consider Kiro's bullshit to fall under that. help add details. I mean, I don't know if YouTube really takes reports like this seriously. But I mean, I want to say, because you have to phrase it in a way that is convincing. Denies being a sexual predator towards animals despite the overwhelming evidence that it is the case. I would say potential danger to YouTube. Because I mean, you have to think about it like I know it probably sounds gay to do this, but unironically, this guy is a fucking danger. Like, unironically, he is a fucking dangerous fucking person that does not need to have a fucking YouTube channel. Simply because of the fact how, like, he's hung out with pedophiles. He's straight up, didn't he straight up admit to, like, he likes, well, to be fair, he said specifically he likes cup porn. So he likes pornography of little baby furries getting fucking raped. He fucks dogs and stuff like that. I mean, someone like this just doesn't need to exist on YouTube. So, I mean, that kind of more or less explains itself. But yeah. Okay. Dude, my fucking nose, bro.
Welcome, I'm Nicandros.
Dude, Nicandros, my favorite himbo. My favorite himbo, dude. Dude, you know I hung out with Nicandros one time. Oh, I had a message. Something. Dude, my fucking nose, bro. Oh, God. What is this? Oh, Oplock is streaming. Also going to do a 2-for-1 and cover the Lyle stuff. Let me see. It is 9:33 right now. I want to say after the Nicandros video, I'll save the Lyle stuff for tomorrow. But after the Nicandros video, I kind of just want to jump on VR chat and get drunk and shit. Speaking of which, I need to get a glass real quick. So I am not going to pull a Hassan, but I will play music. Dude, I love this song so much. Dude. Wait, I want to show the I want to show my work in progress real quick. For my Doodle Tones thumbnail. I was gonna do I know I could just do this. Fuck, just get there. I was gonna do something with like the diaper jihad and whatnot. The diaper jihad. What the fuck? That song was fire, not gonna lie. It's called Apocalypse Shit. Oh my god, why is it frozen? Yeah, it's called Apocalypse Shit. Okay. Okay. How do I show this? This is the whatchamacallit, fuck. Here, open. All right, how do I show this? Gaming. Window capture. Apocalypse shit. Apocalypse shit. Right here. This is the work in progress, dude. I'm trying to think of what else to add. I definitely need to work on the lighting. I know how to do it. I know how to do the lighting trick. I know how to do the lighting trick, but like that's kind of more or less what I want to go for. Apocalypse shit. Apocalypse shit. Where the fuck is it? What the fuck? Window capture. Dude, I'm trying to show the thing. Oh, what the fuck ever, dude. Add Avi Hotman in the mix with Susie. I don't know if Avi's a part of it though. Part of the drama. Molotov, I knew it. Yeah. Add Lyle as a lion that rapes in the back.
If you've been following some ordinary gamers or Mutahar's behavior the past year or so, you might have noticed that something is up. He quits Twitter suddenly, causing people to panic, and then rejoins Twitter quietly months later. He says he won't buy a Nintendo Switch 2, and then instantly buys one when it comes out.
Dude.
There was even that time he disavowed
Worst mistake of his fucking life, bro.
his longtime friend, Nux.
That was the worst. I can't fucking believe. I still can't believe Mudahar said that, dude. It's like, guys and gals, me Mudahar, this is the worst mistake of my life. Buying a Switch 2 when I said I wouldn't buy a Switch 2. You know what I mean? You know how it is, guys. You know how it is, guys and gals. Didn't mean to buy the Switch 2, guys and gals. Worst mistake of my life, bro.
Down and apologized. Apparently he overreacted to a video criticizing him for watching Lonely Hentai with Naxtaku, and not for anything else.
Wait, you showed those videos?
That's a video I'm still working on.
Wait, what? Wait, huh? Wait, what? I know Muda knew about the lolly, but
Time friend, Naxtaku. But then he took the video down and apologized. Apparently he overreacted to a video criticizing him for watching Lonely Hentai with Naxtaku.
Oh, he overreacted.
Not for anything else.
Wait, you showed those videos?
That's a video I'm still working on, and this video you're about to watch right now is a little appetizer I've cut out of his body of research, because it was getting too bloated, as it is. Anyway, despite saying he would quit drama,
I know
not
that
only
feeling.
did Mutahar return to drama, he decided to join forces with Ethan Klein to go after Sam Piker. It's an odd choice because Ethan doesn't exactly have the highest opinion of Mutahar.
Do you have the part where Mutahar runs outside with a gun?
I don't, but
I'm like, dude, these people are insane. Boogie's not even the craziest one in that room still. There's a point where Mutahar goes, oh shit, is someone stealing my car? And he runs outside with a gun. And then he comes in 30 seconds later and goes, oh no, it's chill, just my brother. Like, this pseudo badass weird fucking shtick he's doing is not it. And he's so mean-spirited and nasty, and he has this weird thing where he needs to act like cool, and that he's so successful and rich. He tells Boogie, dude, why don't you upload more? I upload every day, and YouTube's not even my job. I was like, shut the fuck up, bro. I think he thinks his real job is being a day trader. I might be wrong about that, but I mean, that's pretty funny. But like, yes, it is. Shut up, bro. I'm uploading every day. Ugh, I really got turned off by Mutahar in that one, man. Really did.
So Mutahar is a poser, and he lies about having a job outside of YouTube. Those are pretty heavy accusations. But who has the time to watch through over a decade of videos and streams to check if he's telling a consistent story? I certainly don't, but I know a much faster way of achieving the same end result with only a few hours of effort. I can just search all of his video transcripts at once for certain keywords and timeline the claims he's made.
I play video games and scratch my balls most days when I'm not working. I wake up, I scratch my balls, I do my job, and then I fucking play some video games. I wake up, scratch my balls, play some Mass Effect, make a video,
what?
do some of my...
He actually...
That's it. I wake up, I scratch my balls, and I play some Mass Effect, okay?
Why does it... That's so weird. Why would you repeatedly insist this specific thing? Dude, maybe he does just wake up and scratch his balls.
Wake up every day, I do my job, I scratch my balls, I play around with...
Maybe he does do that.
That's my life, dude.
Get into it.
He's so consistent on it, though.
Isn't this a violation of privacy?
Why?
No, I am going by information Mutahar has made public through pieces of media he's voluntarily published on his YouTube channel, or public media appearances he has consented to. I'm also using information from a video that shows his LinkedIn page, which is something he seems to be cool with. He can do whatever he wants in his private life, but if he's claiming to be a doctor or an engineer to make his perspectives more valuable to an audience, validating the truthfulness of these claims about his life become a matter of public interest. If a history channel was receiving undisclosed funding from a foreign state, publishing that information would be in the public interest, even if that knowledge was gained through violations of privacy. Violating someone's privacy to humiliate them by exposing their porn browsing habits would not be in the public interest. But I haven't gone there, and I don't need to. I also completely disavow and denounce any kind of harassment or actual stalking behavior. Based
Does
on
he
my
wash his
findings,
hands?
Mutahar
Does he have to,
consistently claimed
dude?
That YouTube isn't his job.
Maybe he just likes basking in his own delicious brand. Do you ever think about that?
YouTube isn't my job. Thank God my job isn't YouTube. YouTube is not my job. 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 I use YouTube as a hobby. This is not a job for me, okay?
He works a regular 9 to 5.
Like, I work a regular job every day. I go to my office, I work, I come home, I cut together the video that I recorded the night, or 2 nights or whatever before, and I post that on the internet. It is a therapeutic...
You know, I'm starting to think he actually just doesn't leave the fucking house. He only leaves the house to get, like, food and shit, and maybe go on a nights out with the boys. I think his job has to do with living at home, so he never actually goes outside. So when he says, like, I work a 9 to 5, it's probably some real fucking simple shit that he does for a couple hours, and it spends the rest of that 8-hour shift working on YouTube, because that's kind of more or less what I do. Because my job affords me a lot of free time, because it's night shift and stuff like that. It's a lot more chillax. So on my downtime, that's what I do. Is like I work on like YouTube scripting shit, or sometimes, to be fair, it's not always. Sometimes I draw, sometimes I watch other people's streams and I think about what else I want to cover. But it's not like I don't treat YouTube. I think it would be more appropriate. YouTube Mutahar doesn't treat YouTube as a full-time job. Maybe. I don't know, because for me, I'm not making money off of this shit. So it's like, it's not a fucking job. I genuinely do it for fun. I might turn it into something I could consistently get money out of, but I need to network better. I need to have like that leverage if I ever want to call this a fucking job, all right? It's mainly just for a hobby, or just, a hobby, and also like getting a portfolio out there too, because I think it would also be cool. Not even to just do YouTube as a living, but like edit. Like if I could get better at editing, I could maybe be hired by somebody. I could be fine with that too, like editing for someone else. Like I don't mind being like the guy in the background, right, for other people's shit,
Fun thing for me.
So what is that job? If you ask Mutahar's fans, they think he's a cybersecurity expert, an IT professional, a video editor. Ethan said,
wouldn't count on it, yeah.
There seems to be an awful lot of uncertainty about this definitely real job that Mutahar has. Mutahar's also
especially with how inconsistent YouTube is.
Engineer.
I'm an engineer. I'm a fucking engineer. I'm a goddamn engineer. I'm an engineer. I'm a
goddamn engineer, bitch.
I'm only an engineer. I'm an engineer. I'm an engineer. I'm just an engineer. I'm an engineer. I'm just a fucking engineer. I'm a goddamn engineer. I'm a fucking engineer. I'm an engineer. I'm an engineer. As an engineer, being an engineer, I'm still an engineer. I'm just a fucking engineer. My engineer. As an engineer,
Bro. He is engineer gaming.
I'm an engineer.
But there's multiple types of engineers, so what kind of engineer is he?
I'm a fucking computer engineer. I'm a computer engineer. Dude, I'm a fucking computer engineer.
I'm a YouTuber. Why are you asking me?
I'm just like a computer engineer by default. Like I'm a fucking computer engineer. I'm a fucking computer engineer. You want to talk about cyber warfare? I'm a computer engineer by trade. I'm a computer engineer.
He's cybernetic Lyle Convoy.
I'm a computer engineer.
In the United States, people throw around the word engineer like candy, but in Canada, it's a bit more protected, especially in Ontario where Mutahar lives. Now, I do want to give the disclaimer that I'm not a lawyer or a Canadian. I'm just a guy who looks stuff up online, and based on what I've read, it's actually illegal to call yourself an engineer if you are not a licensed engineer.
Really?
The Ontario Engineering Regulatory Body, Professional Engineers Ontario, claims to take offense to even titles like software engineer being used instead of software developer, but they do make an exception for terms like train engineer, broadcast engineer, or sound engineer, which are not professional engineers in the same way that a computer engineer or a civil engineer would be. Calling yourself
Why? Like, why Canada specific? Like, that's kind of dumb. Like it's illegal to call yourself an engineer when you're not. Like, or I would suppose it should be illegal if you're selling your services as a professional engineer when you don't have the degree. Shit. I suppose that I could see that. I could see that being fucked up. If you're selling a service to people, calling yourself an engineer when you're not, right? Because that could be seen as like false advertising or whatnot. I kind of get it from that angle, but to just it's illegal to call yourself an engineer? Like in any context?
Sell a computer engineer to a public audience is like saying that you're a civil engineer or a mechanical engineer. You might as well call yourself a doctor or a therapist. For Mutahar to be a licensed computer engineer, for him to be able to legally call himself a computer engineer or an engineer in general, he would need a 4-year degree, 4 years of training, and to pass the National Professional Practice Exam. If he had just a degree, then he could only call himself a computer engineer graduate. This is where things become a little bit difficult, because Mutahar is apparently not just a computer engineer.
I'm a video engineer now. I think I know how this shit fucking works. Speaking out of an engineer, like if I wasn't a computer science engineer, I wouldn't speak about Elon being an idiot. But as an engineer,
If I called myself, if I said I have a doctorate in for faggotry, like, can I get arrested for that? It's like, you don't actually have a degree in for faggotry. It's like, I don't know. I think if you're just offhandedly calling yourself that, I don't give a fuck if people do that, even if they're lying. Even if they're lying, I don't care. I think it starts to be a problem when you're selling your services as that, right?
yeah, I'm gonna call him a fucking idiot because he does do idiotic statements. This is why, as a cybersecurity engineer,
A computer engineer is very much a real thing, but a video engineer or a
need a degree?
broadcast engineer isn't a real
I
professional.
feel like I've earned that degree, though. I've been drawing furry porn for 4 years now. I at least got a bachelor's, bro.
While computer science graduates often work in software development, sometimes called software engineering, computer science
Dude, why is he
isn't an
Seek
engineering
Heiling right
discipline.
now?
So computer science engineer doesn't really make sense. Cybersecurity
Protected
engineer
term?
is once again using the word engineer as just a job title. Mutahar clearly
You can't
wants
be a
the
fag
prestige
and a
of
knee.
being
I'm not a
perceived as an
knee.
engineer,
I literally
given
just
that he's
last week I went on a fucking date. What are you talking about? I'm not a fucking knee. I go out.
been calling himself an engineer for the past 10 years, and he uses this title to make himself more authoritative.
but I'm an engineer. I know how this stuff is going, so I'm not even speaking out of
Yeah,
pocket.
sure, it's
here.
gay that Moonhard does that. I don't
Feel
know.
free, but you're actually wrong. As
Wanna
somebody
call
who's
it
a computer
illegal?
engineer, somebody who understands computer code, for instance, hearing Elon talk about computers and anything code related is actually mind-bogglingly stupid.
It's not clear what kind of an engineer he is, so what education does he have?
Like, it's a really good explanation of why, like, I think engineering is like the road to go down when I was studying. I'm like,
So he would have an engineering degree.
I went to university for computer sciences, and that's it. Education background, asking because a lot of CS knowledge. Yeah, well, I did computer engineering when I fucking went to college. That's what I did.
Okay, so at least a computer science degree.
I thought when I got into university for a while, and I dropped out like a semester in because I was like, okay, no.
Oh.
Whoa, whoa. Okay, buddy. Huh?
I did computer engineering when I fucking went to college. That's what I did.
Okay, so at least a computer science degree.
I thought when I got into university for a while, and I dropped out like a semester in because I was like, okay, no.
Oh.
Why would you admit this? Why would you admit this when the narrative is that you're like a fucking Giga Chad fucking computer engineer guy? What? Also, to be fair, it might be a pedantic point because it's a figurative speech. Yeah, sure. But to be fair, I was under the impression too that Munohar actually unironically had like a computer engineering degree or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Which I suppose, like, well, let me put it like this way: if you professionally build computers, are you could you call yourself a computer engineer? Do you honestly? I mean, I guess you kind of no. Yeah, you do need a degree to do that, don't you? To build like computers officially, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, it's just pedantic. It's just pedantic.
He dropped out after a semester.
I'm a dropout myself. I've never finished university, but I'm not going to dog on like school. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to learn to be if you're going to be an engineer, if you're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, if you're going to be in the STEM field, you need to go to university. Okay?
You need to go to university to be an engineer, but
you do. Why is it fucking frozen, bitch? Why is it frozen, bitch? Biatch.
Mutahar is a dropout. He has no degree.
Are you a computer science major? Yeah, that's what I went to.
Dude, honestly, I've dropped out too. I've dropped out too, dude. I have, dude. Because psychology, because I feel like the trap of getting a psychology degree is like the more and more years you sink into it, the more you realize how fucking useless it is to you. Because it's just like, if you want to do anything with a psych degree, you got to get a fucking master's. And I am out of fucking patience for college. I've completely dropped out. I might come back to like squeeze out a bachelor's with psychology, but not right now, bro. Not fucking right now. I cannot fucking stand college as of recent. You could drop out and get it later. Yeah.
College for a little bit, dropped out of it. You know, I feel like there's a weird misconception. People think I'm like some fucking crazy degree holder. It's like no.
You crazy. Well, Mutahar never sold the image that he has like a bajillion degrees, but it's like you gotta more or less sell yourself as like a professional engineer, right?
No, I would have been way more in fucking university debt if I went down that fucking route.
I sure wonder why people might have that impression.
Is it bad if you don't get a STEM degree? Look, I'm gonna sound biased as fuck, but STEM degrees all the way. I'm gonna sound biased because, you know, as an engineer, like, you know, you want to get the degree that's gonna get you a job, you know, a good job. Not saying other degrees can't, but like, you gotta be smart.
Is he like the pirate software of India? What's going on here?
Sometimes he says he didn't always want to be an engineer.
My biggest thing was I didn't really want to be an engineer anyways. Growing up, I didn't really want to do anything. I actually wanted to do law. I didn't go through law. Honestly, I didn't even want to be an engineer when I grew up.
Oh my god, bro. You know, it's for Muda's sake, thank fucking god you did not go down the route of law. Jesus Christ, dude.
The longest time?
Like, you ain't no Saul Goodman, bro. You ain't no Saul Goodman, bro. There's no way. I could not imagine Mutahar being a fucking lawyer. Holy shit, dude.
Other times he says he's a former engineer.
So, like, being a former engineer, like, I virtualize, like, everything, so I, like, contain shit. And
even an ex-engineer.
Well, to be fair, you could be an ex-engineer. You could be like, yeah, I went to this, I got this degree, which sounds like Mutahar did get a degree. But you could go to that, get an X degree, or like, not an X degree, but you could act somewhat as a professional engineer or somewhere in that realm, and then retire from that and do something else, right?
ways possible. I'm like a fucking ex-engineer.
But here's the thing. He's been saying he used to be an engineer, or that he worked as an engineer for 10 years.
I wanted to share sort of my engineering background with you. Okay, I worked as a fucking engineer, all right, before I went into this shit. I know this. I also like to mess around with technology. I myself used to be an engineer before I went to the video editing route.
Mutahar started his channel in 2012.
Dude, that's the creepypasta days. The 2015, that's creepypasta Mutahar.
He switched careers after his channel began taking off.
And the interesting thing about this whole YouTube stuff is it actually made me change my entire career choice. You know, I never really thought of myself as an individual.
Bro, Mutahar made so much money off of reading shitty gaming creepypastas. I'm not even fucking kidding. This guy got so many fucking views off of this shit. It's not even funny. That's how I know Mutahar, because of the fucking gaming creepypastas.
You know, I never really threw myself into it. I did stuff on the side even before YouTube as well. But this really changed me, and it made me
Which I think most people watching know
that. Side too. So now that is my field of choice. Now I work as a video editor. For those of you who don't know what I do outside of YouTube, I do that. I work as a video editor for my own post stuff.
All the programming, cybersecurity, penetration testing work he talks about.
Penetration? What the?
He supposedly did before he did YouTube, and he didn't like doing it.
Before this, I was a depressed individual, and I was going to go through a certain set path in my career and just go through that and move on, right? And there was a point where I really didn't think there was much else. I was going to go through the motions and everything. And then, you know, to cut down on the stress, and I still have stress issues nowadays, but, you know, back then I had a crazy amount of depression and stress issues.
Depresso,
and so
expresso.
I decided, you know, why not do YouTube? And so, you know, one night I went onto the Google Create account and did it, and, you know, and then we started making videos. I told you guys, I'm a guy who used to code bank applications. Really boring shit. Now I'm a dude who cuts stuff together. All right? Who edits stuff. You know, who does stuff for film.
What the fuck
TV,
was that?
And I can't stress to you all how important that is to me. And you all have inspired me to go out and chase that dream. You all inspired me to fucking sit in front of my computer and make a video when I have some off time, and I fucking love doing it.
Baby Mutahar liked to edit videos.
Baby
and
Mutahar?
after starting YouTube, he switched careers from computer engineering to film and television.
You know, Mutahar should start an off-brand channel called Some Ordinary Babies and have like put his head on like a baby and like do like I don't know where the fuck I'm going. It's so stupid.
And this
Can
is where his
imagine?
actual education comes
He's
in.
got a little Nux Taku, a little Gamer from Mars,
There you go. I filmed it. All right. I used my
a little
He
Mudahar.
calls it a film degree, but it's actually a 2-year broadcasting
So
/ videography
stupid.
diploma he got from Humber College between 2013 and 2015. If he went back to studying to get an actual engineering
It's
degree,
so
he never mentioned
retarded,
anything
bro.
about it. Not
Why
a
did I
single
think
slip.
of
Mudahar was
that?
never a real engineer, but he's been calling himself one for a decade because of tech jobs he supposedly had before 2013 or 2012.
Because I never tell people
So
like
what
what I
are
do.
these
Like I never tell
reapers?
people.
Age
I don't even tell people. I'm not an engineer. I haven't been one for like 10 years.
Age regression Buddha, yeah, true.
What he calls him being an engineer is something he did for only a little bit.
I can imagine, like, for families, like, I mean, just an Indian family alone, it's like, son, you've got 3 choices for what you're doing, all right? You got 3 character classes, doctor, engineer, or maybe a lawyer, all right? Like, that's it. So, you know, I did one of them for a little bit, and then I just pretty much stuck to this life now.
Imagine if you worked as a mechanic in high school, and 10 years after quitting that job, you're still introducing yourself as a mechanical engineer. From 2015 to 2020, he claimed to primarily work as a video editor.
Yeah, no, like even when I was studying psychology, like actively, like I would always, and I'm just very, very consistent on this. I've never, not once, ever called myself an expert on psychology. Anytime I'm referring to any sort of knowledge I gained throughout psychology and applying it throughout like a discussion, I'm always make sure to distinguish, hey, I'm a psych major, I don't actually have a degree in this shit, but from what I know, and then I would just go in and say it like that, right? Which is what Mudahar should have fucking done, but it sounds like he fucking didn't, right?
So, ever since I became a video editor, and that was my job in life, I work as a video
Someone
editor.
in our
You know, that's my job.
By trade, what I do for a living is video editing.
I wasn't always a fucking video editor. Am I a fucking passionate video editor? Do I like my job? Yes, I do. My job is video editing. I'm a video editor by trade. No, I'm video editor. You know, that's how I pay for the strip club and the home.
And initially called himself a video engineer.
I'm a video engineer now. I think I know how this shit
A
fucking works.
video engineer? Dude, people just make whatever the fuck up they want nowadays, dude. What the fuck?
Engineering job, but he was still calling himself an engineer. In 2019, he conflated being a video engineer with being a computer engineer.
I'm a computer engineer, so I really computer video engineer, whatever you want to call it. I'm one of those people, so...
Again, totally different qualifications. One is an actual professional engineer, the other is a job title. In 2020, Mudahar claimed to be an exceptionally successful day trader.
Now, for those of you who don't know, one of my side hobbies turned basic, general second profession of mine is day trading, swing trading, whatever you want to call it. I like to sit in the mornings, sip my coffee, go on the NASDAQ, see what I can look pre-market, buy, sell, and be done by, 11 or something, and call it a day. Ladies and gentlemen, it's something that I've been doing for almost a year, give a couple months, and it's definitely a very, it's a fun part of my lifestyle. I'm a very mathy guy. I do a lot of calculations in my head. I lose money, but I generally have an 80-85% success rate, and that's just the nature of this stuff.
In 2021, he claimed his job was trading and investing.
My job right now, I just sit around and trade and invest. That's what my job is.
But he was still an engineer or a computer engineer. Apparently, his dad calls him an engineer who knows computers.
I'm sitting in the room, it's like, when it comes to computers, do you talk about it with my son? Do you act like an intelligent person? Because my son's a fucking engineer, okay? If I'm wrong about computers, I'm gonna believe
dad
my
thinks
son
I'm an
said, because he's
engineer.
a fucking engineer.
Oh my god,
Not a
dude.
doctor. Fucking insane, dude.
But he also just sits at home and invests money.
I invest. That's my job now. I just sort of sit home and
Dude, maybe he's a market engineer. You ever think about that, buddy?
invest money.
Now, if I was ashamed of only being a YouTuber, that is the job I'd be claiming to have. When asked by guests on his podcast about his computer work, he claimed it's only a
Dude,
hobby
Muda,
now.
and here's the thing. I don't know why Muda would fucking care. I genuinely don't know why the fuck Mudahar would care. Hold on, I kind of don't like it that it's like right there. I don't know why Muda cares, dude. Like he's like is like, oh, a YouTuber, isn't that like a very shallow job title? It's like, yeah, but I make fuck you money, so I don't care. You can say whatever the fuck you want about my job, okay? I make a shit ton of money doing it, okay? Like, why do you let it hurt your ego so much?
I literally just invest money. Like I buy property and I invest, and that's all I do now.
You're at that point now. You're that big of a baller.
I wouldn't say it's like baller. It's just like I.
Do you do programming? I don't know why this would be 3 more sense.
I do it it's more of a hobbyist thing now for me personally. I'm trying to like work around with consoles at this point, like reverse engineer shit that I have.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's what I'm into now. It's just like it all has become like a hobbyist thing for me at this point. Like just like for me, I look at it, it's like woodworking and shit. Like those woodworking channels. I'm like, this is just like me sitting down for 2 hours, like killing time and like working on a long form project, but not something that I would ever care to ever be bothering doing again, even as a career path. It's just too stressful. It's like boring. Well, compared to anything that we do now,
In 2023, he's calling himself an engineer a lot, just like before. But in March, he claims he just invests money again.
Were you into business before doing YouTube? No.
Costa
After,
Rica,
like, I
playing
worked
Arl
and then
Crafts with Tommy in it.
it's pretty much like my job. Like I worked and then now I have enough money to like, buy property and like invest, and that's pretty much what I do.
In August, he gave the impression he still worked as an engineer.
All right, as an engineer, if I show up to my office,
I kind of get the point.
okay, I don't have a job anymore.
But then he also mentions working at his own company that does asset management and property development.
At our company, like not YouTube, but outside YouTube, like when it comes to our main work property and everything, like our like asset management, property development, stuff like that.
So before YouTube, Mutahar did the computer programming cybersecurity work he thinks entitles him to call himself an engineer. Between 2013 and 2015, he's studying his videography diploma. From 2015 to 2020, he's a video editor, and from 2021 onwards, he's a day trader, investor, and eventually the CEO of his own company that does asset management and property development. He's also calling himself an engineer the whole time. We already know he's not an actual engineer, but is he actually a business owner? Because there's some weird inconsistencies in the things he says about it as well.
As a boss, and I don't know, like, this is gonna sound like kind of cold, but I don't make jokes at the office. I don't make any fucking jokes at an office. I am not this kind of mood.
Bullshit, dude. Come on. Even, well, I mean, to be fair, like a nursing home type of setting, can be very unprofessional at times. But even my fucking boss, cracks jokes and shit. Come on, dude.
Okay, so to explain what kind of person I am, like at the office,
Yeah,
I'm just
right.
Like, how's work? What are we doing? What's the plan for today? Like literally, it's as matter of frank as I can be. Like,
Hello, how are you?
Any of that fucking shit. If I see fucked up jokes,
Is that what he does? He walks inside the office. Hello, how are you? I wanted the water. Please help.
You know, which I haven't seen. I stopped that shit right there. I always have to you always have to be professional at your office, and sometimes you come across as like a deadpan motherfucker, but it's better to be deadpan.
Oh,
you
my
know, turn your
elbow.
office into like what I mean is like I never would have my office turn into like frat house workplace. Like it would
You're
never
not
be a frat
Andrew
house.
Ryan.
He would never allow his office to turn into a frat house. But 8 months later,
To be fair, like there is a betting pool in amongst like my office friends because we do talk about like which gig streamer's dying first.
Yeah, and
isn't that pretty fratty? Isn't that a fucked up joke?
And if I see fucked up jokes, you know, which I
God, dude, yes, Nick Handress, I fucking get it. Where is this going? I feel like is there a bit? Oh my God, we're almost done with the video.
seen, I stopped that shit right there.
Maybe he just sucks at maintaining a professional culture. Could it be possible that Mutahar has been faking having a job all along, doing daily uploads?
Dude, I'm sorry, but this is like way too fucking nitpicky. This is way too nitpicky for me to feel like this is like a moral condemnation of Mutahar. Like, is he fudging the numbers a little bit with his career? Yeah, it sounds like he's fudging it. Sounds like he's fucking bullshitting. Is he lying about his expertise on things? Yeah, sure, dude. And now Mutahar is lying about how he acts in the workplace. Like, okay, dude. Like, this one should have just been left in the drafts, you know? Like,
while being a CEO 9 to 5 is a
being
pretty busy
honest.
schedule, as Ethan said. When he was on the Unsubscribed podcast, Mutahar made sure to let everyone know he works 9 to 5 and that he's a very serious businessman.
Legitimately still have a 9 to 5.
Yeah, I have a 9 to 5.
Dude, he works in hours and hours. That's what, like, this is why I respect it. How many subs do you have on YouTube?
I think like 3.4 or 5 million or something. I don't know. The exact
3.5,
amount.
like 3.5 million. We'll say that. And you're still doing multiple 9 to 5s where you're running different businesses.
multiple 9 to 5s. Okay, now this guy's just sucking his cock. Okay,
Our own company, like I'm the CEO of like our own group. We do a lot of like property and like asset investment around where we live. We're getting into construction and everything too. So it's like for us, like my job is a 9 to 5 every day.
You upload how many videos a week?
A day. Like I upload it every day.
Jesus, this is why exactly, and why I always
No, to be fair, Nick Andrews couched this with like this is the preamble to his big video on Mutahar that exposes him for more like dastardly things, like specifically about lying about knowing the lolicon stuff, which I would imagine Nick Andrews probably found more damning stuff about that, because I do remember from the past, like Mutahar would often joke about like lolly fucking shit, like pretty casually. Like it didn't seem like he had a problem with it in the past, because that was more or less the culture at the time. People didn't really have a problem with lolicon back then. But for Mu to act like he was always like, you know, oh, I never liked lolly. It's like, okay, dude, you're like lying. Okay, you're lying. And that sounds like that's the subject of that video, which sounds more damning than this fucking shit. This is more like a preamble, really.
Anything in that praise, but it's not enough. He needs to flex more.
Well, that's like the algorithm tell, right? Like when you're like an engineer, somebody's like, man, why does the algorithm keep feeding me? I'm like, bro, what's the last 10 things you watched? Gay porn? It's probably gonna give you the 11 videos. I'm just saying.
Driving there, we were talking about cybersecurity because that's what you went to school for. You're like, homeboy's very smart. You do actually business, and then YouTube is a
YouTube is always like the secondary side gig.
Then he brags about his charitable donations, and we see behind the curtain.
Dude,
how
I
uninformed
remember
Muta
that.
actually is.
No, yeah, the fucking H3 stuff was so fucking gay. Holy shit.
Like for me, it's like the receipts. If I could tabulate them up every year, you know, like like during COVID, I probably gave away $200,000 of charity, and it was like out of my personal accounts. I don't write any of this off for taxes because I don't believe in writing off charity for taxes. I think it's a pretty shitty thing to do.
Writing off charitable donations is a shitty thing to do. How? Why? All that means is that the money you donated is tax exempt. It means you can donate more money to charity, as Brandon Herrera says.
It's a pretty shitty thing to do. Well, for me, it's like
the more money you can write off, the more money you can keep from the government and spend it better, you know, putting it toward more charity.
The money that I
How can you be the CEO of a company, a serious businessman who knows his shit?
Didn't we watch a video a bit ago that was like Muta is a pedo because he's Muslim? That was Gilded Poo's video. That was Gilded Poo's video. Yeah, that was in October. And I remember because that was either the day before or the day after the fucking hurricane that I thought I was going to fucking get killed in.
But you don't understand basic accounting.
You want to talk about social battery? Like 7 is when I get up. I got to be in meetings every fucking day. My work day doesn't end until like 4 p.m. That's when I get like a chance to open up the Premiere Pro project file for a video, and I get to work on that, and then I get to.
He says that like that's crazy. Most people work past 4.
Can't believe in a day off. Like I'm always like jittery because I'm like I want to do work. Like I really do like enjoy doing work. Like any day that I don't feel like I do my job. Fucking cry about it. I'm like, this fucking sucks.
He works till 4 p.m. every day and cannot take a day off. However, he seemed pretty happy to take a day off to watch a video game commercial from 1 p.m.
So I'm sorry. He does what?
Really can't believe in a day off. Like I'm all and I get to work on it until like 4 p.m. That's battery. Like 7 is when I get up. I gotta be.
He works from 7. Okay, so no. Okay, he works earlier than most people, and then he gets off at 4. That sounds like 8 hours. I'm not gonna do the math.
Meetings every fucking day. My work day.
Be happy to take a day off to watch a video game commercial from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. on a Thursday.
I love to read comment section.
Dude, he owns his own business. Can he not do that? Maybe he just chose to have that day off. To be fair, right? Like unironically.
Videos. That is probably the best part of doing YouTube content creation is reading the comment sections of what a video has to offer. You know, as a content creator, the coolest thing is like when you see like 1,000 comments on a video, because I'm somebody.
I mean, I would say it's not professional as a boss to like, yeah, I'm just gonna take the day off. I'm just gonna decide that for myself. I'm not gonna give my team any heads up or anything like that. I'm just gonna suddenly tell them like, hey, I'm just not gonna show up to work today. So you guys handle that, lol. Like, yeah, it's pretty shitty, but like, you know, he's the boss. He could do it.
Internet forums and just reading internet discourse, right? Especially when it comes to
a little more than 8 hours. Okay.
So when you read 1,000 comments, you're like, all right, shit. Let me line up and get ready, boys. Let me read that shit all day.
This guy has a wife. He's a CEO.
Oh yeah,
I
forgot he said that.
Daily. How do you have the time to read YouTube comments from random people? Check this out.
You should be an upstanding, good citizen. Okay? I wake up, I do my job, I come home.
Scratch his balls. He did say scratch his balls.
Are from videos where he rants about how unstable YouTube is as a job because of their never-ending policy changes. These things supposedly don't impact him. He does YouTube to relax, but he's always obviously upset in these videos. He consistently paints himself as a hard worker.
It sounds like you worked really hard in high school. You're talking about taking night classes, doing community service, like side jobs on the side, like.
Yeah, no, it's blurred. I'll help you understand.
He has this insane work ethic, but he's also curious about how Destiny can get so many things done.
I noticed that you do like a lot of canvassing. Like you actually go out of your way. You watch your own like podcast with like other people, the bridges, and it's like, what is next really? Like, how do you kind of manage all that too? That's the other big thing that I kind of wanted to come into because it's like it really feels like you're a one-man show. Well, you're doing like a lot of shit and you're managing it pretty well.
Destiny's too lazy to cook for himself. He's not the workaholic with an excessively tight schedule. He can never pull back. If Mutaha's stories about himself are true, he should not be impressed by Destiny at all. Mutaha also often claims that he's an immigrant and equates that to him being poor or his family being poor. He will say his father had to go through medical school twice, not recognizing the privilege of being able to go through it even once. You don't need to come up with all these hardships you've been through. Everyone can already see your life is a struggle. You're not white, and you still can't say the N-word. He's got this other laugh about not buying anything expensive.
Very rarely
I can say the
am I trying
N-word.
to pay full price for any of this computer crap. You don't need to, all right? I don't overspend my money on crazy computer chairs. I think whatever I can get at Costco fits me fine enough. As far as my peripherals go, I have some SteelSeries headsets, keyboards, and a Logitech mouse, which I think is really awesome. If anything, I overspend on my monitor.
He's so frugal, but he also owns a luxury diving watch worth almost 10 grand. If you have an easy life because you were born to a rich family, just enjoy it. If you're rich, just enjoy being rich. Improve your production value. Get some acoustic treatment. Get some monitor arms. Show your audience that if you work hard and succeed in life, you can have nice things. Why not? So was Ethan Klein right all along?
I upload every day and YouTube's not even my job. I was like, shut the fuck.
Bro is not Sahur or whatever the fuck. What is it? What is the that fucking thing? Bro is not him, dude.
Shut up, bro. But like, yes, it is. Shut up, bro.
I'm not going to claim that Mutaha has absolutely no jobs beyond YouTube, even though the things he says about his business are very vague and inconsistent. However, he has definitely been lying about being an engineer for a decade, benefiting from the prestige, the authority, and the credibility that comes with that label. You don't call yourself an engineer dozens of times without specifying you're talking about programming jobs you did 10 years ago. He's clearly mostly just a self-taught tech enthusiast, not an engineer. He's seen as a cybersecurity expert or as a cybersecurity engineer, as he called himself.
This is why, as a cybersecurity engineer,
but
I'm a self-taught. No, I mean, well, he should be specifying that 100%. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, especially if you can make decent cash just doing that, as, you know, not having any professional training, but still being able to make a decent money off of, like, you know, coding or computer building and stuff like that. That's still impressive. That's still impressive. Like, I never went to school professionally for writing, or not writing, but drawing. But I could still make decent fucking money from it. You know, if I did it full time and I went head first into like the commission field and stuff like that, I'm sure I could make like a decent amount of side cash if I really wanted it. I mean, right now I'm pretty comfy with my income, and my rent is manageable. So I'm not gonna take on more work if I'm already comfy where I'm at right now. But there's still like the opportunity. Like I absolutely could make like a decent amount of fucking money, especially, you know, making furry porn, a lot of money, dude. You can easily fucking do that. You know, it's you know, I mean, I'm not gonna go out in public and brag about like, yeah, I make like a fucking, I make 20 extra grand a year drawing furry porn, like, but I mean, like, I could still say, well, yeah, I'm a hobby artist and I do it semi-professionally, you know, whatever the fuck. Anthro-engineer, yeah, dude, exactly.
When he assisted Nuxtaku in tracking down the V-Shoujo swatter, he fell for a basic social engineering trick where the swatter, who was a minor, pretended to be one of Nux's fans who knew the swatter in real life and fed them a bunch of bogus information.
I appreciate the random fan who was in that Discord server that actually contacted me and reached out to me about this stuff. Oh my god, you guys are legends, honestly.
V-Shoujo's cybersecurity expert knew this was bullshit. The cybersecurity engineer did not. Mutaha doesn't do drama content anymore because it's all needless negativity, and YouTube isn't his job. However, he still weighed in on the pirate software drama after videos about it began going mega viral. What insight is Mutaha, the computer engineer who knows all of this shit, going to weigh in with?
No. Right now, as a video editor, I do more engineering now, so back-end programming for effects work. I'm working on a new codec for video right now for H.265, so we can actually transmit better video quality at higher resolutions. I'm actually doing something which I want to sell to Microsoft at some point later on. So I've been designing an AI toolset that basically you can inject, hopefully, into like video tools, and this is gonna be like video games or whatever, right? So it's like, let's say that Microsoft backwards compatibility, right? So I had this tool idea. This is kind of what I got going in my head. So I had this idea, and I hope to one day sell it to Microsoft, right? So what I do is, since I have a really good video background, right? I've been designing neural stuff around it. So what I want to do
neural stuff around it. What the fuck?
Right? So would it be really fun if I could design a way that Microsoft could take the textures in their video games, right? So they could take the textures mapped in their video games and find a way.
Dude, he is like literally explaining it exactly how pirate software would explain some dumbass fucking basic shit. I still don't know where is this leading up to.
AI upgrade them. So like basically use
AI upgrade them.
Photo AI, like basically use an artificial intelligence that can scan across, you know, all.
Oh my god. No, he's acting. Wait, no, he's explaining this like it's innovative. No, they already do this. What are you talking about? They already do this. You're going to go to Microsoft with this? They already do this. Now, to be fair, he could be like, well, this is a different AI. You get more higher resolution AI generated textures. But he's saying this like this is like a new thing. Like
these textures and just fucking upscale them to like 4K, 8K, whatever they want to go to, and make games look better without needing, you know, developers to make it better, right? That could be an idea for me. It sounds simple on paper. Obviously, it's very, very, very fucking time-consuming to make it even as effective as you want.
He knows how to program video encoders. He knows graphics APIs and AI tools in 2019. What does he know in 2025? What can he add?
One of the code bases that we're looking at over here is this falling particle. Now, there's a lot of numbers that are being
Caramel
and one of the things that you'll tend to see in Pirate Software's code is magic number abuse.
Nothing unique, nothing new, nothing that Coding Jesus didn't say in his video, which Mutaha keeps mentioning.
There's nothing wrong with having shit code. Right?
True, and that's the thing that I really I did not from the start of me doing commentary, that's the one fucking thing I wanted to avoid doing, is saying some shit that everybody has basically already fucking said. I mean, naturally, you're going to eventually obviously say something that someone somewhere has said at one point in time, right? But generally speaking, I don't want the vibe of a video to be like, oh, this is like literally like this person. You are basically saying exactly what this other person is saying. You know, I like to want to try and add something different to the table, even if it's just like a different perspective, you know. And it's not to be pretentious, but it's just to be like, you know, I don't just want to do what everyone else is doing. You know, I want to be at least like somewhat different with it, you know. Quirky, quirked up. That means slime.
Wait. I'm not a fucking great coder either. So I'm actually doing something which I want to sell to Microsoft at some point later on. But I'm also not claiming to be this crazy fucking guru hacker expert in the world.
Yeah, for the past 10 years you've been claiming to be an engineer, a computer engineer, a computer science engineer, a cybersecurity engineer. You fuck with code.
Dude, I'm a fucking computer engineer.
I'm a
I sit
YouTuber.
down
Why are you
with
asking
code.
me?
You do programming as a hobby, but when it comes to showing your knowledge,
What the fuck was
you
that?
only know the basics. Now you're here judging someone for inflating their credentials. At least Pirate Software's lies didn't break the law. At least he actually worked at Blizzard for 7 years.
Again, when you have an ego, you gotta be able to match it with the skill. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that skill is all the way there. Unless that skill is making a whole lot of spaghetti code. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like it, dislike it,
Man, what a great way to end the video. Let's check out some of those comments. We love reading the comments from regular commenters like Mr. Obvious. I wonder what he's into.
Mr. Obvious says, my feel win, I might as well be all for. And then we see some lolly here featuring some underage characters.
Wait, what the fuck? What the hell is this? What the fuck? Wait, why does that sound familiar? Mr. Obvious? Wait, what the fuck? What did Mr. Obvious say on the Moonheart video? Hold on. What the fuck? What the hell? Wait a minute. What the?
Check out some of those comments. We love reading the
To think all Pirate Software had to do was humble say, my bad.
comments from regular commenters like Mr. Obvious. I wonder what he's into.
Mr. Obvious says, my feel win, I might as well be all for. And then we see some lolly here featuring some underage characters. Here's
I'm totally blurring them out, but they look like 6-year-olds getting raped. Jesus
two
Christ.
more drawings of underage characters posted by
Wait, why would you just do this on main?
Mr. Obvious. Kinda strange, isn't it? Mr. Obvious says boys heart emoji. And then underneath that, we can see a photo of an underage girl who is pulling anal beads out of her anus using her feet. That's quite the talent.
Oh.
Let me line up and get ready, boys. Let me read that shit all day.
So, that was my appetizer for my upcoming video. Given his inconsistent stories, Mutahar is either lying about his job and business, or
Yo,
he
is
tells
this
me
a furry
pathetic
or
made-up
furry
stories
crime
about
or
them to
something?
sound more interesting.
I don't
Once
know,
again,
dude.
I am not a lawyer. It might not be illegal for Mutahar to lie about being an
Oh,
engineer,
Kero?
but
Yeah.
by any reasonable definition, he is a total fraud. He has no computer
True,
engineering
yeah.
degree, or even a computer science degree, but he still presents himself as an engineer, a computer engineer.
I mean, more or less, I see the point of this video. It's like it's an appetizer. It's like you said, it's an appetizer for his upcoming video. But I don't know. I feel like at some points, it's like, I don't think this video needed to be 30 minutes. It could have just been 10 minutes. It's like here's a compilation of Mutahar lying about a bunch of his credentials. Nick Andros didn't even need to give that much commentary. He could have just been like, here's Muta lying about this, here's Muta lying about that, da 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 da, and just like, you know, I don't know. I feel like it didn't need to be 30 minutes. It probably could have been 10 minutes. You know, especially considering it's like a fucking appetizer, you know? It doesn't need to be that long, you know?
Computer science engineer. He is not trained in this field, and he is not employed at these roles. He is a self-taught hobbyist, a dilettante, not an engineer. Despite admitting that he hasn't been an engineer in years, not that he ever was, he continues to introduce himself as one, letting his audience's imagination run wild and conclude him to be far more qualified than he actually is. It does not matter that he seldom admits to being a former engineer or that he hasn't been an engineer in years. The bigger picture that he's painting to his audience is that he is a licensed, actively practicing engineer, which, based on his own statements, isn't true and cannot be true.
Max is the thinnest skinned bitch that I've ever seen when it comes to taking actual criticism on the platform. There is a way back from the mistakes that he's made. It just involves being a man and taking actual criticism to account and realizing that, yes, your entire career was a lie. Maybe it's time to turn that around, but he doesn't really want to be doing that. He wants to say win when he can't even carve one out.
Mutahar has been telling this lie for 10 years. This lie is almost too old for his friend Naxtaku to masturbate to.
Oh, Bazinga!
Recognize these numbers?
What do the numbers mean, Mousy? What do they mean?
What do they mean?
Click on it. Tell us.
Oh. I've never even pondered the thought that we could have Lolly and Guro and Bondage all in one thing. That's amazing.
Yeah, you know, that's a understandable reaction, Caleb. Why are you still friends with this nigga?
Oh my god.
Why are you still friends with this fucking guy? How are you still chubby with this bro? Oh my lord, what the?
On the topic of recklessly allowing the audience's imagination to run wild, what do you think about this clip?
Oh, what? Bro.
I don't even know what that was.
That was some kid just sent you a video of them shitting and then shooting a dog with a Nerf gun.
It's a funny coincidence that the last time I reminded Nutaha about his own country's laws, it was about him watching cartoon child porn with Nuxtaku, not realizing that in Canada, it fits under the legal definition of child porn.
Wait, you showed porn in those videos?
He tried to ignore it for months, but then Hassan Piker drew attention to my video. Nutaha panicked, and he threw Nuxtaku under the bus while
Oh, dude. Oh, I cannot wait until this drama. Fucking give it towards the end of the year. I can maybe do like a retrospective on the Mutahar shit, because oh my god, what a pathetic display. Holy shit, dude. The whole thing of Mutahar like jumping back and forth lying to like both Chud and Nux is just what the fuck.
Confiscating his own culpability. The hit piece didn't land, so they settled everything in private and still lie about what happened. Why did Mutahar make a 40-minute hit piece where he condemns someone over and over again? No reason. It was just a goof. And oopsie, he's not hiding anything. There was nothing incredibly immoral and disgusting that he was aware of and tolerated for years. Something he would condemn any other person for. But in this case, he swept it all away. They also were not the only ones who knew about it and stayed quiet. The truth will soon be
days are
revealed.
over.
Remember to
No,
subscribe.
Mutahar's big enough where even if Nicandros' video, like I would say this with confidence, even if Nicandros' video exposes Mutahar to openly announcing that he faps to fucking 6-year-old lolly rape porn, he would still have a career tomorrow. Because his Mutahar's fans don't care. They don't fucking care. They just appreciate the slop that he pours down their fucking gullet, and if Mutahar continues doing that, then they will gladly eat from his fucking hand. Like, without any fucking hesitation.
To see it when it drops. Next time, things are going to be a little bit different.
Rape mode? Yo, what the?
One more thing.
At least where I live, in the I don't want to like dox myself through this.
As just a public service announcement, you shouldn't make it a habit of mentioning how far a certain location is from your house.
I actually called up a EB Games near my place, probably like minutes away.
Because of caption searches, every instance you've done it over the years can be found in seconds, giving potentially dangerous people the ability to triangulate the location of your house. Mutahar's fortunately only done it literally once, right after moving into his current house.
Now, of course, just to add further context, this house is like minutes away from the.
Now, I'm sure Mutahar's lying about the
Oh my
travel time
God.
estimate here, but just don't say anything like this. It sets a really bad example to other creators. You also shouldn't show a picture of yourself somewhere and forget to censor all the names of the stores, even when they are at an angle. I am not an IT guy, but I know how to do this.
Oi, you have to pay for that, young man. I'm a fucking computer engineer. I don't care.
Dude. The only power I have is the one you give me when you lie, Biz. This video is gonna be so fucking good. If the video's like that, where it's like actually animated and shit like that, it's got like little quirky animations, this video is gonna be so good. What is this? By the way, you're exhibiting some of the most obvious signs of undiagnosed ADHD I've ever seen. I know you've claimed you don't have it in October 2024, but I have reason to believe that is something confirmed by a doctor and very certain. Trust me, I'm an ADHD engineer. Okay. Anything else, dude? There's a very simple and quick form you can fill out called an ASRS V11. A self-diagnosis thing? I don't care, dude. I don't give a fuck about that. All right. I need the staff. I need the demi-human staff. I think it's in here. Because, I don't know, from my experience, the demi-human staff has, like, the best, like, magic scaling. Like, it makes things more potent. Like, overall. Oh. And then after I get that, then I fucking drink. Then I get drunk. Beach. The best overall scaling until you break 80, then Renala staff outdoes it. Well, I'm not gonna do I'm not doing magic, I'm doing whatchamacallit? I'm doing both. I'm doing the both faith and arcane, or not arcane. Faith and intelligence. I'm gonna do like the golden order type fucking shit. Mainly because I want to use I think it's Rena, Knight Rena, you know Rena. I think their name is Rena. I want to use like the twin swords, like the fire and magic sword. For dual scaling build, yeah. Bitch. DLC boss for Mikilla, yeah. Biatch. Dude, people be sleeping on the fucking Morning Star. I think that's what it's called, right? The Morning Star? Yeah, Morning Star. It does blunt and bleed. Like, it's like pretty good. Also, that wasn't it. Fuck. I think I fight the demi-human over by the ruins. That's how I get the fucking thing. Fuck. I shitted in my pants. Ooh, I am for real. But yeah, tomorrow I'll do the Lyo shit. I still need to find Kumo's video. Because here's what I want to do. I keep watching Malcolm's like streams covering Lyo stuff, and I am so fucking annoyed at everything Malcolm has to say about Lyo, because I feel like when Malcolm just straight up lies about Lyo, you give him so much wiggle room for the retarded shit that he does. So what I want to do is I want to familiarize myself with the one thing that Malcolm constantly fucking brings up, and that's the Jordan shit. I don't know the specifics about the Jordan shit. I do know broadly what it is about, but I want to know the specifics about it. I want to know both sides. I want to hear Lyo's side about the Jordan stuff, and I want to hear Jordan's side about the Jordan stuff, right? And I want to see if there's any evidence to find the truth on that matter, right? So I know exactly what happens. So when Malcolm keeps insisting that Lyo groomed Jordan, I could just shut that down immediately, because it's just fucking stupid. It's just so dumb and gay and retarded. Like, why the fuck? Why are you so comfortable with lying about people? It's just so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous that you could do that as a commentary channel and basically literally just get away with it. Like, it's insane. Not coming back after VR? Maybe. Come on, biatch. But yeah. I mean, Malcolm could be right that Lyo has groomed Jordan, but he says specifically not sexually, right? So I'm trying to figure out in what other way did Lyo Convoy groom Jordan. I'm really trying to understand where the fuck that is coming from. Okay. So maybe I might come out and think, yeah, you know, technically Lyo did groom Jordan, blah, 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 or whatever the fuck, but I just don't see that, right? And I constantly hear the claim that, like, this has been thrown out by Malcolm, like, multiple fucking times, despite the contrary being the case. He says that Lyo told Jordan to secretly record themselves as pedo bait for that one guy, right? You remember that? Remember how I thought that was the case? And then I went back and I actually watched the call, and Jordan was not in there. Lyo did not tell Jordan that, right? Yeah. So just keep fucking lying. Like why? Like why? If you hate Lyle Convoy, that's all the more reason to get the story right. Why do you have to lie? It's just so stupid. Combed her hair. Yeah, true. But no, I just find the lying like really despicable, especially despicable. Fuck. Come on. Give me your staff, bitch. There we go. And I think, is there a secret? Dude, I'm so fucking stuffy. Let me see. I don't think there's anything over here. Yup. But yeah, I drink now. Finger? What the fuck? Big Ila.